Outlook settings are out of date.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Not the Outlook.
Oh no!
I have literally never used Outlook outside of a professional situation.
Why would you?
What?
You would.
No.
Oh no!
Because it's garbage.
I assume we're live.
Are we? Oh.
Yeah, we're 15 seconds into this
Good,
shit.
we're on the internet.
Yeah.
And I've been talking about fucking Outlook like a...
Yeah, fucking Outlook.
Yeah,
eh?
fucking Outlook. my
Fucking Outlook.
Talking
right
about
over
fucking
here.
Outlook.
This
like
is
a
my
fucking
fucking
wheel.
Outlook. Huh?
Oh.
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 It's looking good.
Ooh. Future so bright you got the way shade.
There's tweet.
There's
Hey.
Tweet.
Look at that motherfucking tweet over here. Over here.
Quick tweet over here, huh?
Yeah, oh.
With the tweets and shit.
Hey, are we still doing this? Because we were told by some rando on YouTube that we need to give up this hobby because we only had like 4,000 views on.
Oh,
one
we
of our
just need to not
videos.
post to YouTube.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
That
Success on YouTube is measured in the millions.
It is.
That's true.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
we are unsuccessful.
Hey, look here, motherfucker. Log me in.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, log me the fuck in already.
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 Stage left, even.
Log in the stage right fucking here. You fucking poop.
Yeah.
You Jamocha shake.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, like, sink, you fucking
You
thing. Sink
motherfucking
now.
Zaxby's
fucking
birthday
sink over
cake.
here.
So I had to change my Twitter password because that's what Twitter's like.
Oh.
Change your password.
Oh.
Change your password over here.
Yeah. You put that on the stream. People can watch
Oh, okay.
watch you change it.
Okay. I'll do that. Here's my new password, everyone.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, what
I
a
just learned that
password.
my password is reset my password.
It's a good one.
Oh, I'm going to set my password to that now.
But that's me.
I know, but we can use the same one.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll just have to retweet from my phone because
password.
Retweet.
whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever's.
Retweet.
Retweet.
Retweeted. Replete with retweets.
Hello, retweeted.
Thanks.
What the fuck's going on over here? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. This is how I talk. Eh?
It's not though.
But it is.
Oh.
But it is. You
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Oh.
I beg to differ.
Do you?
It's my Australian accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sounds like you're right from down under.
Pretty good.
Down under these
Friggin'
nuts.
Australian accent.
Oh,
I'm from Poughkeepsie, Australia.
Uh-huh.
hey, Ypsilanti and some such.
Rockaway Beach, Australia.
Hey, down under Rockaway Beach. You know.
All right. So who was Ken Lerner in this movie?
He was the other guy.
The other guy.
The
Oh, okay.
the dude who was
Not Leo Rossi.
stuffing.
Here's Tony. Oh,
He was having the sex with Cynthia Rothrock.
Tony.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Lily. We're banging now.
Every fucking
Did he
movie,
say-
man.
It was the hair gesture.
We're doing it.
Doing
now.
it.
We're doing it.
now.
Yeah, we're
Doing
doing
it.
it.
Doing it now.
Fuck yeah.
Doing it.
Doing it now.
Doing.
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 It's a good live stream, by the way.
Yeah.
Doing
Quality.
That's why no one is commenting. They're
We
like,
are
what the
doing
fuck are
it.
they
What's wrong
doing?
with these people?
I forgot
They
to
should just
get
give up
on
this
the
holiday.
YouTubes.
Holiday.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another
Hobby.
15 comments
Hobby.
that say, "Oh,
That's
these
the word.
motherfuckers are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever seen on motherfucking YouTube."
What is it about the surviving the game video that just attracts assholes?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Like,
find out where they
people,
would go
like
to the house
people are
and punch
just
the nuts
angry
off.
with that video.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's the ice
Them
tea
haters
effect.
aren't respecting the game.
Yeah.
The haters.
The haters.
aren't respecting the game.
Or were they like
The haters.
We were on board
I
until,
hated the
until
game.
the IT plunge joke.
That was a good fucking
It
joke.
was a
joke.
good joke.
I think somebody actually commented on that video that it was a good joke. One of the
good joke.
versions of that video.
He's a good joke.
Oh,
So I can't see pins on the Slack app.
You have to, if you swipe from the right, you can look at
Yeah,
pins.
swipe right. Yeah, you got to tell
Swipe
that pin
from the right.
You'd fuck it.
No. No.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Swiping up and down really is more intuitive.
You're more intuitive.
It is.
It is. It should be like, nah, get out of here.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Come
Nah.
over here.
Nah.
Let me push you down to my nether regions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh.
Let me push you down to my
Yes.
nether regions.
Yes, that romantic classic. Let me push you down to my nether regions.
Gonna push you down to my nether regions.
From BMFcast International Tunes comes Down to the Nethers. Nethers.
Yes. That classic hit by Paul
Yeah.
McCartney had wings.
Wings.
Somebody trying to say if Paul McCartney had been replaced with fake Paul McCartney, that he had the better career. And it's like, no. If that was true, fake Paul McCartney made Wonderful Christmas Time.
Which
So
means
no, which means
he's the worst.
canonically
One,
the worst.
no, I'm just trying to figure out, like, when did Strawberry Fields Forever come out? Like, it was a single because
It
it wasn't on
forever ago.
It wasn't on an album, right? I think it was like one of their single
That
releases.
shit's confusing.
I know it is, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, how what Beatles records came after, and do they erase the atrocity that is Wonderful Christmas Time?
No,
No.
they don't.
No.
But
It's an
do,
atrocity.
but do the sins of a latter day artist erased all the good?
Wonderful Christmas Time might be the worst song ever made. Like I would go to bat in an argument that said, okay, this is the worst song of all time. I would have a tough time arguing that something is worse than Wonderful Christmas Time.
I mean, I have one, but it's personal. I don't begrudge it as by and large. I hate something more, and that's Crocodile Rock. I fucking hate that song with a passion, a fiery passion.
Yeah, but that's a hate.
It is a hate.
Like Wonderful Christmas Time is.
That's a hate.
It doesn't even have a melody. It's just
Simply having
no. It's
wonderful time.
and like it's just someone plinking around on a Casio or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
It's also, honestly, it's also not really performed all that well. Like,
No.
the singing is not good. It's like,
It's like a demo tape. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
the first take.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to produce this.
it's like Idina
fuck it,
Menzel
put it out.
quality singing.
Yeah.
And yet, if you're in a department store or whatever, at any time between fucking Labor Day and New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
you will hear that fucking song at some point in your
Fucking Labor
life,
Day.
and your day will be fucking ruined. Ruined. It fucking ruins it every goddamn time. I hate it. I'm just testing our new headphone setup.
How's the levels over there? Got a hot mic?
So yeah, I don't like that song.
Huh.
Did I give you an aneurysm? What's happening over there? I'm suddenly
It was an
worried for you.
aneurysm because it happens every year. Talking about Wonderful Christmas Time.
Just let it out, BJ.
Is that blood coming from your ears?
So do you need your headphones turned down a little bit? Or how
I
are you
need
doing?
you turned down, motherfucker. You. Look, you don't have to shout directly into the microphone. When you
lean
want to
back.
shout, you lean as far back as possible
lean back
and then
when I do
slit
it.
your motherfucking throat. Christ almighty. It's like a 4-year-old is just right in my ear. Yeah. Good gracious.
Living with a 6-year-old.
That's what I do.
Chill the fuck out.
No, that's not. Listen.
Look, I know. I know.
No, guys.
I know.
Guys, let's just keep
I
it
know.
here.
All right.
Let's have intense debates at
We.
at car talk level.
Car talk.
We probably need to
Oh, right.
get going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrill motherfucker.
No, what's shrill is the keyboards for Wonderful Christmas Time.
Choke you to death. I'm gonna put a collar on you like a dog every time you bark.
Look what mayhem has done to us.
Hey, Pop. Pop. Wonderful Christmas time. It's terrible, Pop. God.
Merry Christmas, Pop.
See, Time to Beat Feet said it sounded good from his end.
Yeah, sure.
From their end.
Yeah,
Sure.
We're good here.
Sure.
We're all fine here. Here, I'll turn you down a little bit. Just
Skosh.
skosh.
No, you don't have to, as long as you don't do that again.
It's fine over here. We're all fine here.
Yeah, we're good.
So I'm
Yeah,
just
we're
turning
good.
you down a little bit.
Don't worry, I will not scream again this entire episode.
Thank God.
Let's do a show.
Everybody else seems to survive it fine.
We're fine. I can hear the ants walking on the moon right now, and I'm fine.
Bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Howdy,
Marching on the moon.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode numbers 422.
Right,
Nice.
I literally can't even count that high anymore.
Blazes.
So many numbers.
So I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
and what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go to watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocksters and robot jocks.
Robot jocks.
Robots.
I like robots.
However, there are bad movies. Doesn't stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags is in trash bags. We're going to stick them in there.
Garbage.
Gross. Sloppy
Refuse.
Junk.
So, we're in the second week of Mayhem.
garbage. Yeah.
Listener suggested theme month.
Mayhem.
Featuring Corey, the hamster, Haim.
Hamster. Yep.
And week 2 brings us 1991's Fast Getaway,
Yeah.
co-starring one Cynthia Rothrock, making a triumphant return to the
Hooray.
BMFcast
We like Cynthia
after a
Rothrock.
long hiatus.
Yeah. That's a mistake.
It
Too
is.
long.
So.
But, what do you say we get a... Fuck, I didn't pull up a plot summary. I'm such an amateur.
They're all bad.
Okay.
We've only done this
You've been warned.
421 other times.
So what do you say we get a plot summary out of the way, because that's what we usually do.
All right.
Let's.
A lighthearted tale about a gang of bank robbers who fall out and split up. That's all I'm going to read.
Okay.
I can't read any more
Sure.
of that kind of
That's
writing.
fine.
Lighthearted.
Fall out
Fall
and
out.
split up. They do
They
split
fall
up.
out over a boy.
Yeah.
They're going downtown in a Tulula.
Yeah. So,
So,
Corey Haim is in this.
He
Yeah.
is.
He's been in.
I hear.
this is now his 4th appearance.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mayhem doubling it so far.
Thanks a lot.
I think there might be 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, Cynthia Rothrock, of course, our 5th appearance. From Undefeatable, Honor and Glory, China O'Brien, and Martial Law previously.
Yeah. Those are all pretty good.
There's a lot more Rothrock we need to
We should really.
mine that rock.
Physical media has not been kind to Cynthia Rothrock. Like, her stuff is barely available anywhere. And that's bad.
It is.
Get on it, video making people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distributors, one might call them.
Also in it is Leo Rossi.
Yeah.
Leo Rossi was the
Pop.
main dude. Pop.
Pop.
Yep.
Pop. Dad.
Pop.
Pop dad.
Who was in Maniac Cop.
Oh,
Maniac Cop 2.
Top.
Cop.
Top.
Uh-huh.
Pop.
Yep.
Pop them cops.
Top cop pop.
Yeah. And also Ken Lerner, who was also in Maniac Cop.
Yeah.
And he was in a BMFcast Extra movie, which you guys have watched, called Jake Speed?
Jake Speed.
Jake Speed.
Jake Speed.
Was he Jake Speed?
No.
Okay.
He was a neighbor who was hosting a furry party.
Well, all right.
Yeah, not exactly.
Pretty much.
Chuck's, well,
I'm right.
all right, Chuck's right. Chuck's always right.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't let him sucker you into that. Chuck's wrong so much.
It's fine. I gotta give him morsels.
And I did not realize until looking at this list that this is like a Maniac Cop reunion.
Yeah.
Because writer James Dixon was an actor in Maniac Cop and Maniac Cop 2, along with Q the Winged Serpent and The Ambulance.
Yeah.
So
Those
he
are
was
all.
clearly a Larry Cohen guy.
Yeah. I think there were some Larry Cohen production company
Yeah.
ties to this.
And lastly, director Spiros Rosatos. which that came up on the screen, and we were fucking pumped. We were like, all right,
Yeah.
you got us already. He was an actor in Streets of Fire and has done either second unit direction and or stunts for at least 12 BMFcast movies, as well as basically all the Marvel movies and the Fast and Furious franchise.
That dude does some fucking work.
Yeah.
That dude has pedigree.
Yeah. But basically, what you need to know is that a stuntman directed this movie.
Yep.
That's generally something that stands out as, we should watch that. Stuntmen tend to make crazy-ass movies.
Yeah, I mean this movie is crazy, but not in the way we want.
No.
We'll get there.
It starts-
It's not really all that crazy.
I don't know.
All?
The stunts at the end are
The
pretty
stunts
nutty.
are good.
Yeah.
But it's
There's-
not
there's-
that crazy of a movie.
There's periodically are stunt spectaculars throughout this movie.
Yeah,
It's everything in between.
There are bursts of stunt.
Yeah.
Yes. Stunt bursts. But,
Yeah. I appreciate that this movie gets right to it.
yeah, wastes no time.
I mean, Corey Haim is following some girl on the street, follows her into a bank, and boom, suddenly we're in the middle of a bank robbery.
Playing the most early 90s like jam one could be bopping down the street
yeah.
too. I mean, this soundtrack is
It's
it's
early 90s.
atrocious.
It's 91.
and it's also like if it's also like stock music library version of 1991 music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all really bad.
Yeah, I checked the credits. I'd heard of literally none of the artists.
Yeah.
So
But yes, he's bopping down the street, like just kind of walking down the street, and then sees a girl, and he's like, "Hey!" And you're like, "Is this okay? This is gonna be Corey Haim tries to get laid the movie." And then he goes and follows this girl in the bank and gets uncomfortably close.
Yep.
And it's just like, "Hey,
Get used to that.
I'm here to make change for a 20." And she's like, "That's nice. I like guys with money."
Yeah.
She even like there's even a question mark on the way she says
She
it.
seems
Like,
mildly into it, but
Yeah.
but also just trying to get rid of him.
right.
Yeah.
And then two people bust in, or no, actually they were already in the bank. I think the guy comes in, but the lady was already there. The lady being Cynthia Rothrock in a wig. And the guy busts in and wearing like, Old West bank robber. He's got a cowboy hat and a bandana over his face. And he's just like, "Reach for the stars," and all that kind of stuff. And grabs Corey Haim and, turns him into a hostage and is like, "You better give me the money or I'm going to blow this kid's brains out. What's your name?" And he says his name. And they're just like, "You don't want to see him die, do you?" And they proceed to clean the bank out. And Cynthia Rothrock roundhouse kicks some random person.
She does,
for
yeah.
not getting on the floor fast enough or something.
She also
guess.
pistol whips one of the
One of
women
the
behind
tellers,
the counter
yeah.
because Pop, who's robbing the place, gets a little too chummy with her,
Right.
and she basically smacks the chick in the face and does the "stay on target"
Yeah.
type thing.
And they for all this, you're like, wow, okay, Corey Haim was on a mission to score babes, if you will, in typical 90s fashion.
Sure.
But now he's a hostage, so I guess this is what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then they get in the car, start to drive away, and it's like, nope, Corey Haim's this guy's son, and he's just a plant. He's their willing hostage.
I like that they don't say it right away.
No.
I mean, this chase lasts a long time. This is probably about a 10-minute chase.
Except, like, I mean, it's pretty close in. He's just like, "Hey, Pop, take a right," or something like that. It's like, wait,
yeah,
what?
there's a point where he does that, and you're like, oh, all
right.
right. But yeah, the initial scenes, like, they kind of avoid showing him too much, and they just show the reactions of the other passengers in the car.
Yeah. And you do kind of see him like looking around, exasperated, like, "Oh no, what have I gotten myself into?"
It seems like he's having more fun than
Yeah.
just, like, but that could also just be attributed to, like, well, Corey Haim.
Corey Haim's on massive amounts of cocaine.
Yeah. But
Still to this day.
I mean,
Corey
spoiler.
cocaine.
Spoiler to like 2 minutes later. Yes, he's the bank robber's son, and he was part of this, and this is actually the plan that he's their willing hostage.
Yeah, and soon enough, he's dictating where everybody needs to, like how things need to go. He's like,
they've mapped their escape route.
Yeah, he's like, this looks
Yeah.
like a Plan B situation, right,
Yeah.
Pop? And he's like, yeah, sure does. And
You got it.
because
Nathan
like, all
or
right, so
whatever
because
his
they
name
have
is.
a getaway driver, so it's Cynthia Rothrock and Pop are the guys. Sam is the dude's name in the movie for real, but he's Corey Haim's Pop.
Pop.
Are the ones robbed the bank, but they've got a getaway driver dude sitting out in the car, as we mentioned, it's Ken Lerner, and he's just sitting there, and Pop immediately comes out and is like, "Scoot over, I'm driving." So like this dude serves zero purpose, like throughout basically the entire movie.
I guess he was. It looked like he was supposed to be the getaway driver, but maybe he's just like a patsy or something that they.
He fought
that they roped
getting
in
out of the
to-
driver's seat for like 2 seconds. He was like, "No, I'm supposed to drive," and then that was it. So whatever they have him there for is nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're just driving on the road. I mean, first it's a mild cop car chase in the city, which is just like, hey, turn here and try to cause people to almost get in accidents in the intersection and block the cops. And every few seconds they're like, yeah, we got away, and then more cop cars pour in behind them, and they're like, oh no, we didn't. Time for Plan B.
Yeah, I like that through most of this, they exist in a world where cops can't radio ahead to set up roadblocks or anything.
Yeah, no, none of that happens.
But it's also treated as they're in real small towns
Yeah.
as well, which
Yeah.
I guess kind of helps that situation a little bit.
And also, in every instance, the entire police force is just around the corner from wherever this is happening because they are all
Yeah.
there immediately.
These small towns have very small police departments, so even if they have radios, they can only do so much.
But yeah, but the cops keep showing up. They eventually like drive through a farm, and they've set up where if you go through stall 2, it's clear, but stall 3 has a ramp in it, and stall 4 has
Yeah, they've set
a
up
truck
traps
in there.
basically.
Yeah.
So, and they wreck all the cops. As
I mean-
hillbilly music plays.
And I like that it seems like Corey Haim and his dad are the only ones that actually know like the route, because the other like Cynthia Rothrock and the other guy are just like, oh no, don't know. And
But they have this whole thing, like they're first like, all right, take, crazy things. Like they're like, take a right by the dogs and go through the barn, and then they're like, we'll go for the manure farm.
Yeah.
And all this crazy stuff. It's just, so they end up like, one of the cops drives into a big pile of shit, essentially.
Yep. And one crashes into a parked truck, and the other flies through the air and
Yeah, they're like,
lands.
just
keep
rolls
right
it.
here, watch out for the ramp, and there's a hidden ramp behind there, and so we get
Most farms have a hidden ramp of some kind.
Of course they do. Yeah,
oh, well, doesn't yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Several.
that's where all the dogs are.
I
Yeah.
know.
But eventually they get to wherever their not meetup spot, because they're all in the same car, but
Yeah.
where they're basically going to dump that car, take another car, and go, which is another farm somewhere.
Yeah. Let's just divvy up the money and talk it out a bit and then go their separate ways is what the plan is supposed to be. But this just becomes... okay, so...
Well, I do like the first thing they're doing is they're like their getaway car was like, it wasn't a Ford, it wasn't a Pinto, but it was
like a
pretty
Colt.
fucking close.
It was a Chevy, maybe a Colt. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it was
I
it was
should've pulled up
it was a
IMDb.
shitbox little like
It's an old
Brown
hatchback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And-
Like an early 80s hatchback,
Yeah.
which at the time was an old car.
right. But I mean, like they're getting out, and it's like, man, I'm gonna miss this old thing, and they're about to get in like a bright red Ford pickup truck, and he gives this whole speech about, maybe it's later where he talks about like the Japanese cars versus
It's
the
when they're
American.
staking
Yeah,
out the
okay,
next
That's
robbery.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's 2 American cars, and he's just like, man, I'm gonna miss this thing, and also. There's this weird thing that barely plays in the movie, but he's like, get your baby shoe. It's our good luck charm.
Yeah.
Which just more just establishes that this dude is like one of the, I believe in luck. Like this is all luck and superstition and all this dumb shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they've never gotten caught, and
Right.
as long as he has the baby shoe, they'll
Sure.
never
Yeah.
get
It's
caught.
like my team always wins whenever I sit backwards.
Yeah,
from-
except I mean, if you think about it plot-wise, this falls apart when we learn some information later, but we'll get there, and
Yeah.
I'll explain what I mean then.
Yeah.
But essentially, they're divvying up the money, and Cynthia Rothrock's like, all right, we got 12 grand, so that's $4,000 for you, $4,000 for you, and $4,000 for me. And Sam's like, what about the kid? Where's his share? We split this 4 ways. And she's like, no, I'm tired of that. What does he do? He's useless. I'm not splitting the money with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
there's-
though he's the one who's planned it all out.
Yeah,
and,
we did-
and as
we-
well as
and
they
he
had
also
a conversation. They had a conversation just before that where she's basically like, why don't you ditch your kid and just spend some time with me?
To which Corey Haim, like, all right, so they start to get intimate, and
Yeah.
and Corey Haim is like right next to them at first, and she's just like,
basically sticks their face right where they're kissing and is like, wow.
yeah.
The thing is, Corey Haim throughout this movie is in people's faces and in their personal space at all times.
Yeah.
Like you could have a drinking game just by when he touches someone's head or face, or like gets like his face right next to their shoulder, or
Yeah.
just like he's always invading people's personal space throughout this movie, and this is like the most egregious example of it
Yeah.
because they're literally making out,
Yeah.
and he is like shoving his face like 2 inches from where they
Right.
are.
But then they're like, hey, fuck off, we're gonna make out, and he literally pulls the Denny from the room thing and like runs over and like jumps on a bale of hay and is just like
Mounts it.
mounts it and like puts his arm up like, I'm gonna watch y'all fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, haha, go away.
I love you guys.
Fucking Denny.
Yeah, Denny. But yeah, so this causes like because of the divvying up the money thing causes a little strife between Cynthia Rothrock and Pop. Cynthia Rothrock proceeds to beat his ass.
Yeah.
It's just karate time, and she beats his ass.
And the thing is, he doesn't really fight back.
No.
he's useless.
Well, the other thing is like, if you think about it, it's $1,000 off your share. I mean, like if I know that's $1,000, right? Is $1,000, and that's nice, but when you're pulling bank jobs, $1,000 ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, if you're only getting 12 grand at a time, it is a quarter of your share.
I guess.
But he's a contributing
Yeah.
member of this crew.
I mean,
he plans everything.
I was gonna
so-
say, like, we don't learn that until later. I mean, other than like he's calling the shots as they're driving, like do this, go here. But we don't. He could just be looking at a map and like the dad actually planned this out. We're skipping ahead of the movie, but it turns out the dad doesn't do shit. Like Corey Haim plans all of these heists and getaways.
The dad
Like,
is the driver. He's basically
Yeah.
the getaway driver and the
and he's a
gunman.
grown up, so
Yeah.
like he's more intimidating, which totally breaks your fucking narrative because they talk about that they've been doing this since Corey Haim was 4 years old. There's no way a 4 or 5 or 6 or even 8-year-old is planning shit and having it work.
Yeah.
No, no, of
like
course
because it's
not.
like, Dad, I got my next heist. We're going to Toys R Us and we're looting all the He-Mans. that's your bank robberies for the first like 5 years that you're together.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it doesn't fucking matter.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like it breaks
Yeah.
your narrative of your movie when he's just like, oh, I don't even do anything. He plans everything. It's like, what? No, you also said, fuck. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But either way, this like breaks the crew up.
Yep. Because like Corey Haim has to pull a gun on Cynthia Rothrock to get her to stop beating the fuck out of his dad, and then it's just like, all right, you two go. We'll. It's never clear if they're meeting up somewhere else for some reason or if they're just
no, they take the truck and leave and they're done.
Yeah.
yeah. But then they show back up exactly in the place where Corey Haim
Because Corey Haim's also like, where's our next job going to be? And he's obsessed with Webster or Weber.
Webster.
He's like, Webster, man. There's this perfect bank there, and the dad's just like, no, we can't go there. It's
Yeah.
the mysterious. Like, I could just tell you why we can't go there, but instead, it's just the place. And so apparently, he's been talking about this for a while. Like, I
Yeah.
got the perfect place. We're going to go here.
Yeah.
And so
They
because
go
movie
there.
Cynthia Rothrock's like, no, they will make it here. Like it's
Yeah.
his goal. We're
We'll
just
just
going to wait
sit
it
here
out.
and
Yeah.
Wait.
So they spend the rest of the movie holed up in this hotel room that
Yep.
overlooks Webster.
Yep. And we can sum up their scenes real quick. They're fucking.
Yeah.
So she's fucking the other dude, and the other dude's kind of squirrely about it.
Being
And that-
nebbish.
Yeah. Yes. Nebbish.
Even though it's Cynthia fucking Rothrock, and you should let Cynthia Rothrock you in the bedroom.
Yes.
As many times as
Rock
she would
your
like.
rock cock.
Yes.
And she, like, at one point is just beating the fuck out of all the luggage in the room, and he just kind of walks into the middle of it, just like, oh, no, please. And then I think they have sex from that. But, yeah. So, anyway, that's the extent of their scenes until people show up. And
I feel like, yes, that is all you need to sum up, but I guess I'll just wait for overall takes on this movie. But I have more to say about that because I know what some of the opinions about this movie are going to be, and they're going to be directed mostly at one certain person.
Uh-huh.
And whatever, we'll get there.
Okay.
Might it be one Coral Hamus?
Yes,
Coral.
yeah,
Coral.
Like Coral.
Hamus.
sure.
I'm going to name my firstborn son Coral.
Coral Hamus.
No, not Hamus. That's dumb.
You should name him Hamus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could go through life the entire time like, "What's up, coral anus?"
Right.
But,
Yeah, so-
but this leads to him and his dad just kind of driving around a lot
Yep. Just chatting about stuff.
and fucking with the radio.
yeah.
They have arguments about, man, you got to listen to my sweet hip hop stock music jams,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, listen to my hot country stock music jams.
By the way, this is a 1980 Chevrolet Citation.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks, Internet
Gotta love
Movie
naming
Car
your
Day
car
Review.
citation.
Yeah.
I just keep getting tickets. I don't understand why.
Man.
Is a hideous thing, and I kind of want one
All right. Well, all right.
because it's hideous.
But they eventually get to
Well,
the
I like you
next
guys.
location that they're going to rob because they're on a parking garage scouting out cars coming in, and this is when they had
Yeah,
a
he
conversation
has-
about Japanese cars. It's like, how about that one? And he's like, no. How about this one? You don't want to steal a Japanese car. Why, Dad? Because if you steal an American car, they'll take the insurance money and go buy another American car. So if we steal an American car, we're helping America. And Corey Haim's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, math checks out.
Yeah. So two old ladies drive up in an American car, and they're like, let's get that car. So they steal that car.
Yeah, and the heist that they've planned is they've heard on the radio or how the lottery winnings
Yeah.
will be rewarded to the whoever it is. They're going to come sign the check and take the winnings at the post office in whatever town this is.
Fantastic to announce this on the radio
Yeah.
right as the bank robbers arrive in town.
Yes. And to only have two cops.
Yes, two
guarding
cops.
that money.
Yeah. But their heist is convoluted because Corey Haim has to dress like a lady.
He does.
And
I don't know why, but
he goes into the post office dressed as a lady and flirts with the guy, asking for change for the stamp machine and acting super obvious about everything he's doing
Yep.
in a embarrassing, comical way.
Yep.
And then Dad bursts in and it's like, all right, fuckers. this is
Yeah,
wrong.
you're-
give me the lottery money or
Now-
I'm going to shoot this
Yeah.
lady.
This lady.
This lady. Yep. So they go get the money out of the back room.
Yeah, this leads to a chase again because as soon before they because what his dad does each time is tells everyone to sing a certain song and I want to hear it and
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to move until the second verse is over, something like that. And
Yeah, just count to 500. It's just
Yeah.
one of those things. And
And, and again, it's all I love just because it's another sign of how cheap the movie is. They're literally all old traditional songs that nobody owns the rights to.
yeah.
Yep.
Like every single one, it's like on top of Old Smoky, the national anthem, and
Deck the Halls.
Deck the Halls. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, he tells them to sing the national anthem, and they're kind of half-assing it. And then he's like, come on, this is a federal building. Sing the national
Yeah,
anthem.
this is a post office.
And one dude just starts busting out this operatic version of
Was it
Yeah.
the front desk?
I believe it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah. So that's a good little bit.
Again, just because stupid narrative and movie, like they bust in, like because the dudes with the lottery money are like in the back room counting it on a table. Desk clerks, like what lottery money? This is a post office. And when they bust in, he's immediately like, "Don't pull your guns, guys!" Like he's got a hostage, but they never take the guns.
No.
Like, and they don't even like make them lay down. They're just like, "All right, start singing the national anthem," and like we're leaving now. And these guys never are like, "Well, we have guns that they didn't take. Let's shoot them."
They got a hostage.
They're just on the floor, right?
No,
honestly-
I don't think he made him drop.
He made him
drop the guns.
put him on the ground.
the only
Okay, a little
shots that are fired in the movie is by Corey Haim when he tries to get Cynthia Rothrock's attention, and then some by Cynthia Rothrock at the end. I don't think anyone ever gets shot at any other point in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just one of those types of movies where like cops will have guns drawn, but nobody ever fires.
No, so not remotely realistic.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
crimes and chases all seem to be rather good-natured and also have this gentleman's agreement of, well, it's like the GTA thing of like, well, you got out of my cone of vision,
Yeah, you
so
got to the safe house,
I guess
so-
you're free.
Yeah.
No,
Also, county lines or state lines.
Yeah.
and up.
yeah, but they're all pretty much like in the Colorado, Utah area.
Yeah.
But like there should just be this massive manhunt for these people, and you never get the sense that anything like that is happening. So
No.
yeah, so
but this leads to a chase.
there's a
that-
briefer than the opening chase. They get away from these cops almost instantly, and then just come to a bridge, and they're like, okay, let's cross this bridge.
Yeah, they just get away by like there's like a parking structure that's slightly raised, and they drive up it, and they stunt off of it, and then the cops are like, oh no, and
They
the
fail.
one taps them on the back and like makes them just kind of into a car, and
Yep.
they're like, wow, we got away, and yes, they come to the world's longest, tallest, and rickety ass looking bridge I've ever seen that you would let cars drive on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Also,
that-
single lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very weird bridge. Like, I want to know the existence of this bridge and what
I'm
purpose
guessing
it
there are
serves.
thing like this, but fuck driving over that in a car.
Yeah,
I'll walk
yeah.
on a suspension
Yeah.
bridge, no big fucking deal, because I always figure like, I'll Indiana Jones if that shit breaks, just grab onto it, and
No, you will not. But
No, you totally will.
it helps me get through
I
life.
appreciate the
but-
power of positive thinking.
Yes, but I mean, in a car, what are you going to do? You're just fucked.
You just jump out and Indiana Jones it.
Yeah, okay.
Simple.
But of course, they get halfway across, and cops have pulled up on the other end. Mm-hmm. So the dad throws it in reverse and tries to go back, and oh no, cops have pulled up on that end. How would they ever have thought of that?
Finally, the power of
this is-
radio.
and then
compels
this is where the
cops.
movie basically tips its hand that like the dad isn't doing shit in all of this.
Yeah.
Because Corey Haim still in the dress. I don't know why he didn't immediately remove the dress when he got in the car to get away, but it's just like, hey, see that harness thing over there, that winch? Like, just hold me at gunpoint, Dad. Keep holding me at gunpoint now.
But the
Tell
harness
tell
on.
me to pick. No, he's like, point at me and tell me to pick that harness up. Okay, and now point at that one and hook me up and all this stuff. And it basically hooks him up to this harness. And he's like, we're gonna climb over the side and we're gonna winch ourselves down.
Yeah, and the dad's like, no, I'm
Well,
really
because they have this shot. It's just like the vertigo shot of like,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, no, I don't want to do this. And he's like, Dad, it's the only way. This is the smartest plan we got. Which you look at it and you go, this is the dumbest plan you got, but it works.
It is the only plan that they've got at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Aside from being arrested.
they take a slow getaway via winch down
Yeah.
this thing, and then for some reason they're like, they get where they like lower this down about 20 feet, and then it's like the heroic stunt helicopter sweeping shot.
Yeah,
where
they're
they're not
real proud of
moving.
this.
They're not
Yeah.
moving. Like they're just dangling there like 20 feet below it, and it's just like, here's the grand shot and showing you that we actually did this, and it's like, but you're not moving, and shouldn't the cops just now be rushing in on you? But no. So they start, and then they cut back to them, and they're very slowly going down, and then Deputy Doofus drives his SUV into the winch, knocking it into neutral. So of course this is like, rah! And again they show a real shot of like that they actually had people falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Holy shit! I love how long this goes on for.
They fall an extraordinarily long time.
and this whole scene, like the way that they shot it, I don't normally get any sort of like vertigo. I have a rational fear of heights. You know, I know what to be afraid of, which is unsecured heights.
Yep.
But it actually like made me a little bit queasy for a second.
Well, because-
Just the depth and
Yeah. Well,
It's
movies
shot really well.
tend to fake this kind of thing, and,
And
this
this
is
real. Yeah.
This is two stuntmen on a giant winch just plummeting
Yeah.
for a long, long way, and then dangling still really far off the ground. So
Yeah, because eventually the cop is like, all right, hit the brake, and,
Yeah.
they stop, I don't know, 50 feet or more up, 50 to 100 feet up still.
yeah, and they're kind of
From
laughing
the from a raging river, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. Which
And-
they're like, haha, we made it. We're not dead. And then the cops are like, all we got to do now is reel him in, you know. And they put it in reverse. And Corey Haim's just like, Dad, you got to release the thing, otherwise we're gonna get caught. So they do, and fall into this raging river, which is not deep.
Nope.
It looks like it could be deep,
Well,
but no,
nope.
it's like
Yeah.
Because they immediately stand up.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like the shot looks like okay, that's a big river, but
Yeah.
no, when you see the shot, like the dad's just immediately like, well, enough of these rapids, I'm just gonna stand up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
they both should have
you're-
died upon impact.
you're so very dead right now.
Yeah.
but no, they're not,
Nope.
and they're fine. Like
And they just walk into town and buy a new car
Yeah.
with wet cash.
hey, wet cash spends
Because
the same.
they have new clothes. I don't know where they got the clothes from. And then they're just like, they go to the used car dealer place, and it's just like, hey, how much cash for this car? And the guy gives them a number. He's like, whatever. So, you know, but that money is wet.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how far they had to walk to wherever civilization was, but
Yeah.
anyway, yes, they're now in a car, and he's just like, well, that was some good heisting. I'm going to take a little nap now. You drive, Corey Haim. And Corey Haim, of course, is like, I'm driving to Webster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and the dad has also he's pulled that was our last job.
Yeah.
That was our one last job.
He keeps
And-
changing up. He's like, you're going to go get your MBA. And then he's like, I'm going to send you to law school. All these different things. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, those aren't even remotely related. You know that, right? But
Yeah.
maybe not, because he's apparently a fucking idiot.
This was also the end of the lucky baby shoe thing, because like they pull it out when they stopped plummeting into the water, and they're like, haha, see, I told you, it saved us. And then that never comes up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they lost it. I don't know what, but like that plot point, gone.
But they drive for a while, and he stops, and we know they're in Webster because there's signs everywhere, and he was watching, like, yeah, welcome to Webster. And he just flicks his dad, who's asleep in the car, on the nose. He's like, Dad, food. And he just apparently stumbles blindly again. Like, I think they went to, like, the fucking Webster Cafe, and still just stumbles in his, like, coffee and everything, and looks down at the placemat, and is like,
You are in Webster.
he's like, where are we, boy? And he's like, I don't know, diner? And he's like,
Utah.
yeah, we're in Webster. And he's like, yeah. So?
Yeah.
He's like, look at that bank over there. It's Choice. We're gonna rob it.
So choice.
Well, because like they're literally like the armored truck is there, like unloading cash in the
Yeah.
moment.
It's
He's
like, see, look, it has cash in
perfect timing. Let's go.
it's a bank and it has money. Surprise! It's the perfect crime.
Obviously, this bank is the best bank in all of the lands of banks to rob.
it. Yes.
In all of Utah or Colorado or
Yep.
whichever.
It's just stupid because they're just from one. This is not that big of a town, but this one's special only because the plot says it's special. There's nothing like.
Well, because this is Corey Haim's. He's planned this one.
No, but I mean, like most, even like Raising Arizona or any other movie would be like, no, there's a reason why this bank at this time. It's like the farmers,
yeah.
pension money comes
Exactly.
in. Something,
Right.
some reason why this bank
Like,
at this time.
This
is
would have
just the
made
fucking
sense for the
post office,
lottery
yeah.
money
Sure.
bank to be. The other one
Yeah.
should not have been that.
That
No.
lottery money wasn't very much, was
it wasn't.
No, they never have a lot of money.
But I mean, it's literally only because the plot of the movie says, "Don't go to Webster," because what we're about to talk about. There's no reason why this bank is special other than the plot of the movie serves it to be special. But yes, he's all right. We're going to rob this bank, I guess.
Yes, and in a hotel across the street is Cynthia Rothrock and Guy, who are
Watching
like,
this bank.
they're here. Call the police.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon as they go in.
You know, the guy has asked her. He's like, "Why are we still waiting here?" She's like, "The kid's gonna come. He's gonna come to Webster."
Yep.
You know, and then finally, he does, and so
Yeah.
they must spend their day watching this window.
Other than when they were fucking, because
Yeah.
I mean, when
And
she was doing
kicking the
when she
shit
was
out of
doing
everything.
karate in the hotel room, they weren't checking the window.
No, no one was paying attention. He
That
wasn't
was-
even there.
That's even later though that
Is
they
it?
do the
Okay.
karate. I think.
No, that was right before, because this is like they leave the hotel room at this point. They're no longer there.
And it's
But I thought they failed and came back and then she did karate. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
She did karate at some point.
She did.
it's a really stupid character trait, and it doesn't mean anything. But the other milquetoast dude who served no purpose other than now she's Cynthia Rothrock's fuckboy, is like got a dental obsession. He's like constantly
Yeah.
brushing his
Got
teeth,
like an
flossing.
electric toothbrush.
I gotta go
Well,
floss
because
over here.
like he's in the bed flossing, and then when she's like, "Oh, they're here," and I'm calling the police. Hey, there's a robbery in progress, and he's like, "Electric toothbrush right in the phone while she's
Yeah.
trying to talk." Like, and she just looks at him like, "You
idiot!
motherfucker."
What are you doing?
Which why are they keeping this guy around? That's what I can't understand. Like this guy is useless. But anyway, so they get caught immediately. Like, think that the bank robbery is going fine, and get
They
all the
walk
money, and they
outside
walk
and
outside, and
a million cops are there.
You know that sound.
Yeah.
And many meaningful looks are exchanged as
Right.
they're arrested.
Longing.
They don't
looks.
say anything. Yeah, it's
But Corey Haim
across the
has
parking lot.
separation anxiety, and just
Well, because they as far as the cops know, he's still the hostage kid.
Right, yes.
Because they pulled that routine again, except he didn't have to be a lady this time for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But so they take his dad away, like, yeah, you're the criminal, and they're just like, what's your name, kid? And he's like, I'm not telling you.
yeah.
Yeah, he refuses to tell anyone, but the mom,
Oh.
Lorraine,
A lady.
spoiler, Lorraine watches on TV and sees that, oh man, there was a daring heist.
Yeah.
Took place.
She was ironing while she was watching this.
Yes.
She was. Yeah. What ironing?
Yep. But it notices there was a daring heist
Situational
that took
irony.
place. It was thwarted by the brave policemen of Webster.
Yes.
And these two people got caught, and she sees the shot of the dad,
Yeah.
and then she sees him.
Now, earlier in the film, the dad and Corey Haim have had a discussion where Corey Haim is like, "Tell me about my mom again."
Yeah,
And-
if she wasn't dead, would she be robbing banks with us?
yeah.
Would she be happy?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, your mom was smart. She probably wouldn't be doing this.
But she'd want us to be.
she'd want us to be happy. You know,
We
doing
also
things.
this makes me think, because it was part of the same conversation, that we've glossed over, because there was a brief period of time before we established that Cynthia Rothrock was his dad's woman.
Yep.
But there's no delicate way to step into this. But Corey Haim describes Cynthia Rothrock's breasts in really stupid ways.
a couple times.
Like he's just like, you like her because she's got Hooters.
Gazongs
You could
or
say it, Dad. Hooters.
Hooters
And
on her
then-
chest.
And then lady, yeah, when she's talking about like Cynthia Rothrock versus his mom, she's like, yeah, but she's got the gazongas or some shit or something. It's
yeah.
just,
It's quickly revealed that he's never been laid, so
Yeah.
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Nope.
anyway,
Although that comes up
yeah,
suddenly.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so mom goes to the police station.
Yeah. And claims
Lorraine
him.
goes to the
which,
police station.
Which that was Cynthia Rothrock's plan, was they were going to say, like, she was going to say it was his older sister, and that she's his legal guardian now, I guess,
Yeah.
and claim him.
Claim it.
Yeah. But as they get there, this is when Lorraine is walking him out.
Yeah.
Because no words are exchanged. Like, we just kind of see her talking to the cops, and we see Corey Haim looking at the dad.
Yeah.
And,
The dad sees Lorraine like, oh, this is why I didn't want
Yep.
to come to Webster.
Yep. And then they're, and then she's in the car taking Corey Haim home, and she's like, yeah, well, me and your dad, we go way back.
We used to work the Derby together.
Yeah, we worked the demolition derby together.
That's what he taught me to drive.
I drive
Yeah.
fast.
Because- And then she goes, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, because she goes about halfway through the drive. She's got like a nice 280Z that she's driving, but she's like, "Oh shit, I left the iron on," and then it's just
Yeah.
This is just a chance for them to show us how well she drives.
Sure. While
Which is fairly well.
the other two are in a pickup truck behind them, just trying to keep up, but
Mm-hmm.
they're in a shitty pickup truck.
Yep.
Right.
And they don't.
And they spin out or something. And I think that's the point where they go back to their hotel and she karate kicks
Yes.
everything.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but
in frustration. Doesn't she kick a burger out of his hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's laying in bed, he's just laying there peacefully, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Burger in my hand!" And then she comes in and just kicks it out of there.
But the iron thing is resolved because they show up and there's attractive young lady on the porch, and she's like
Holding a bunny.
holding a bunny. Yes, Honey is holding a bunny.
Honey bunny.
Good job, Chuck.
Everybody be cool. This is a robbery.
It works.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Another thing Quentin Tarantino
just
stole from
fucking
another
rip
movie.
off artist.
So gross.
But yeah, she's like, "Oh, I took care of your iron," and she's like, "Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
honey. Meet this kid, Corey Haim."
Nathaniel
Nelson.
It was, and instead of like, this is like the one time we just not immediately like, "Hey, I'm in your face. How you doing? What's up? How you doing?" He's just like, "Good."
Yeah. You're pretty.
Right.
Will I see
Yeah.
you later?
Well, he does the Corey Haim, I'm going to stare at you while mouth breathing thing that Corey
Oh.
Haim does.
His jaw was locked open for this whole movie. Like, he
Yeah.
never closes his mouth. Like,
Nope.
there was a bit where they were stealing license plates in the rain, and he is just sucking up every raindrop he can get because his mouth is wide open.
If he'd have looked up, he'd have drowned.
Yes.
But there's like 2 seconds of conversation where she's like, "Oh, she's here because I was going to teach her how to drive stick," and he's like, "I can do that. I drive stick really
I
well."
was in license to drive. I know this.
Yeah. You fit a Mercedes in the back of a Cadillac or something. I don't know.
Yep. So he teaches her how to drive.
Right.
Kind of.
And it's shitty at first and then capable
Not as
after.
shitty, yeah.
Yeah.
But what he's really doing is he's taking her out for a spin to
Scope
case
out
the
the jail.
entire town.
Yeah.
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 He wants to look at the town and figure out how he can break his dad out of jail.
And it's the one time in the movie where he's not obsessed with sex because she's
working.
for some reason, and apparently maybe this is the message of the movie: the less you care, the better it goes, because he's 100% like, he's 100% about like, I'm casing this, and hey, can you stop over here? I need to get some maps, and I'm going to plan how I'm going to break my dad out. And she's, for whatever reason, just like, "Oh, Corey Haim, you're dreamy. Like, let's park. Oh, you want to park?" She's like, "Hey, can you park over here?" Which is like behind the police station, and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And
Yeah.
immediately like
She likes a man who likes maps.
Yeah.
She's a cartophile.
I'd cartographer.
There it is. Nicely done, Chuck.
But yeah, so they're just parked, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the police station, and over there's my dad and things." And she's like, "Let's go to first gear." And he's like, "What? No, we're parked." And she like grabs his knee, and he's like, "Huh?" And then she's like, "And second gear's up here, and then third gear's over here, and then fourth
He's
gear."
like,
And he
What's-
goes, "What's fourth?"
What's
Yeah.
fourth gear? And she holds up a condom,
Yeah.
and he just snatches
Yeah.
it out of her hand.
People could see us.
and then yes, there's just the seats recline,
Yeah.
so we don't get a topographic sex scene.
Yeah, but he makes like turkey noises when he's like when he goes to mount her. Yeah. So
He's good.
so the other thing that before they had the sex was as they were driving around collecting maps and everything, she's just sitting in the driver's seat the whole time. Every single time he returns to the car, he pops up out of nowhere in the driver's window and is like, "Hey." And she's like, "Oh my god."
Maybe it's like the scary movie thing where
Yeah.
she's
He
all
does it at
jittery
least
and
3
excited
times.
Wait,
now.
I just realized Corey Haim was in Silver Bullet with Gary Busey.
He was, yes.
That's probably where he learned how to do this.
Hey. Hey. What are you doing?
Yeah, because I mean, he does. He pops up at the window. He's like, "Hey, I'm here," and then like he'll walk away for half a second. He'll come in. "You miss me? Hey, I'm here."
I'm back.
I learned how to act by Gary
Maybe
Busey.
that's
I
also
never
where
left.
he learned the cocaine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh,
But
man.
yeah, I mean, like he's like a bird in this movie. Like his head is just on this swivel where he's like, "Hey, what's over there? Hey, I'm Corey. Hey, what's going on?"
When he was on the porch with her earlier, he like his mom said something, and he has this weird like twirling flourish move that he does, like, "Yes, ma'am." It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, fucking Zoolander.
But yes,
Yeah, it's like-
despite all odds, Corey Haim gets laid by the pretty lady.
Yes.
Yep. And then he takes her home, and we never see her again.
Not
Nope.
Oh, barely mentioned. Well,
She's
no,
fucked
no,
out of
I'm
the
sorry.
movie.
she's not mentioned. The act is mentioned. She's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
she was just a sideline participant
Right.
apparently.
Yes. But he basically explains to mom, not mom yet, but but it's just like, "I'm gonna break dad out of prison. You could help." And she's like, "No, I'm not." Okay.
Yeah, he somehow talks her into helping
Jailbreak.
him. Yeah, because she's like, "You can't rob banks. I know what you guys are doing. You can't keep doing this. It's
Yeah.
not gonna everybody gets caught.
Yeah. Well, it's because they bond over like a salad or something, and he's just amazed at the quality of food. Like, oh my god, you can cook.
He's amazed that she can cook in general.
Yeah.
He's like, I can heat up SpaghettiOs and make cold cereal. He specifies cold cereal.
Yeah.
Can't even make oatmeal.
And like also when he got there, when he went into Gary Busey puppy mode as he walked into the house, he's like, "Hey, what's that? Hey," and it's just like points at the refrigerator. He's like, "Hey, what's this?" And it's like it's a ad for her when she sang at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, the amphitheater. How many people does that seat?" And she's like, 8,000. He's like, 8,000 at $15 a head, huh? Wow, that's a lot of money. So hey, foreshadowing.
I read ahead in the script.
But anyway, so yeah, they go to break the dad out, which involves her parking somewhere on the other side of town, and he goes over and he places a ladder next to part of the building, and then he goes and gets a garbage truck and drives it through the wall of his dad's jail cell.
Yes.
Which, man,
would probably kill his dad.
Well, also, what kind of planning let him know exactly where the jail cell was on the exterior of the place? I guess he was in there.
He got all the maps
Corey
and
Haim
everything,
spent a lot of time in
know.
jails.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, like, good spatial awareness of, like, that the cots are over here. Here's the place where somebody won't be.
Right.
Unless they're on the John, in which case you just killed your dad.
He was getting all the plans when they were driving around.
Yeah,
He was getting
got
plans
the
for
blueprints
everything.
and the stuff. And,
Okay.
Yeah,
but anyway,
sure.
so they get out. They climb the ladder up onto the roof.
Parkour.
And run around on the roof for a while. Two cops give chase.
Yeah,
Which
not thinking to...
Like, either A, knock the ladder down just to slow him down, or even better, pull the ladder up with you.
Yeah.
Like, no, but they're just like, hey, and they take their time going up
Yeah,
that little
the
ladder.
dad is very nonchalant about going up the ladder.
Yeah.
Because he's just
He's
like...
real excited about being broken out, but
Yeah,
not
he's like,
real
hey, you
excited
broke
about
me
the
out,
escape.
son. This is an adventure.
Yeah, you're awesome. I love you.
Yeah. But yes, they parkour down the roofs, and eventually the cops are like, I'm not jumping that far. And they
And
jump-
never draw their guns.
never draw their guns, and they drive away in the car with Lorraine.
Yep. They go back to her house where Dad's basically just like...
Well, first, like, they Corey Haim, please go away. We need to have a chat.
Yep. And he's like, okay, great. Yeah, I'll go in here.
And yeah, he's just like, I didn't think you could have a singing career, so I took the kid off your hands at 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. We never gotten caught before this.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you've had him this long. I'm having him for the rest of the time.
I think he's going to stay here and not submit to your bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
And
so
he's like, okay.
So yeah, the dad goes in and talk to Corey Haim, and he's
Yeah.
at first Corey Haim's just like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going? How was jail? By the way, I got laid, and that was awesome.
He's like, do you see the gleam in my eye? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
I touched some breasts.
I felt the
I learned
glow.
that's what they're called. They're not hooters or gazongas. They're breasts.
I got the feeling.
Yeah.
He actually grabs his dad by the face.
He does.
He's like, Dad, listen to me. I've got to tell you something. It's just like, ew, what? And it's, I got laid. His dad's like, hell yeah, that's fucking fantastic,
He's
son.
like, cool. I got something else to tell you.
Yeah.
You know that Lorraine lady. She's real special, right? Yeah, she's your mom.
Yeah.
And
real
you're
sor-
staying with her now.
Real sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't tell you about that.
Yeah. He's like, you're not my dad. Get out of here. He's like, all right, son.
How could I ever trust you again?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You bank robbing fuck. You trustworthy bank robbing fuck. Oh no, now you lied to me. Ooh. Yeah.
But
so he just like, all right, I guess I'll go
Yeah, the dad sullenly...
walk the earth.
Yeah, leaves.
Yeah, and then it's just like the next day, and it's like, hey, Corey Haim, what do you want for breakfast? And then Cynthia Rothrock
Well,
just...
what happens is Lorraine finishes up singing at her shift at the whatever bar.
at the Hootie
she
Saloon.
fucking sings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She had to sing
Who
Mustang
did you
Sally again.
Right. You've just found out that your son that's been missing for 12 years is literally in your town.
Yep. And now in your house. Time to
You've
go to
broken
work.
his dad out of jail. You're going down to the saloon to sing for $17.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah.
Lady's gonna make a
Yeah.
living somehow. Honest living, man.
Yeah.
She had that nice house with
Rob
a fireplace
Bike.
to take care of.
Yeah. She had bills
She's got
to
all
pay.
that bank robbing money
Yeah.
now.
No, she didn't have any of that money.
Yeah.
That's buried out in the wherever it's buried.
Right.
She doesn't know about that.
That's accessible.
Yeah.
Come on.
Whatever.
Only Brendan Gleeson knows about that.
Right.
But yes, they follow her home and basically just busted. Like it's the corniest. Like, oh, this is happening. Like, because like by the time you realize what's happening, it's over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause,
they try to jiggle the door open, and she's like, "Who is that?" And opens the door and gets promptly,
She
says,
kicked in the stomach.
yeah,
Is that-
stomach kicked by.
Mike or whatever dude's name is, and opens the door. Pop. Yeah.
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 Yeah, she gets kicked in the stomach, and they grab Corey Haim, and they're gone.
Yeah,
It's like,
just-
wow, that just happened. Okay.
So the next scene, literally the next scene, is the morning, and the dad calling, being like, "Hey, just checking in.
How's my
seeing-
boy?
Seeing how my boy's doing." And she's like, "Oh, 2 people came in, kidnapped him." And
Kicked
he's
me
like,
in the stomach.
"Yeah, yeah." And then this broad kicked me in the stomach, and he's like, "And you didn't call the police?" And she's like,
Obviously, I couldn't call the police.
"No, I couldn't
No.
call the police."
Yes, you could.
Nah.
There's
There's nothing stopping her from
There's
calling the
nothing
police
stopping-
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not there
dude's
anymore.
out of the picture.
Yeah.
Nobody knows necessarily. I mean, they could maybe say that
Yeah. No. It's,
Yeah,
those cops probably died anyway, falling off that roof. So they wouldn't be able to pin Corey Haim for this.
Yeah. Nah.
yeah.
That's dumb.
They go have breakfast in a bar or diner.
Well,
something.
he's like, meet me at the same diner they were.
And bring
at.
all the stuff in my kid's room. So she brings like all the maps and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, he plans everything."
He
We
looks at it
figure
for
out
like a minute.
Yeah.
He's like, "This doesn't look like his thing. Oh wait, why is this pointing to the Utah? Why is this thing? Why do you have a pamphlet on the Utah Amphitheater?" And she's like, "That's it.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
He did the math.
8,000 seats at $15 a pop." And he's like, "But we don't rob amphitheaters. We're bank robbers."
Yeah.
and like everyone in the
Record scratch. Like what?
He's like, she puts on sunglasses and he's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry, I talked too loud."
Yep. So they drive to the amphitheater.
Which is already being robbed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude's just sitting in the truck,
Yep.
being the getaway driver, just flossing, picking his teeth or whatever.
Yep.
And
And Sam, the dad, like pulls it, like walks up to the window with a gun.
Yeah.
Points it at him.
he doesn't phase him. He's
Yeah.
just like, yeah,
Ken
hey.
Lerner's just like, whatever, man. You know
Yeah.
what? Flossing, it's good.
But however,
yeah.
however, he does do the best joke in the movie.
Yeah.
because he just looks at him. He's like, me and Lily, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
It's the fist
Yeah.
bump that does it.
We're doing it.
Doing it.
High five me, brah.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the dad's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kicked my ass.
Where's my son?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't worry, he's part of this. Mm-hmm. And that's when we see that Corey Haim has been strapped up with dynamite.
Yeah. And she
Which-
has a detonator.
A remote detonator.
Yeah.
Boy, this is the second week that a remote detonator has played into the third act of a Corey Haim movie.
Weird. But yeah, they come out and she throws him in the back of the truck, and she climbs in the back, and they just
And
kinda-
she's like, back off.
Yeah.
Back off, we'll blow it up. And the dad's just like nobody ever says, you'll blow yourself up too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he says it to the mom later. To Lorraine. He's like,
but not at the time. Where it's like, getting away like this is dumb. You know, that's an empty threat. I'm staying right here, but he complies.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he has also mentioned that they are very dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they drive away, and then he's pretty much right behind them.
Yeah, and this kind of leads to the stunt spectacular.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in this.
Yeah.
Some good stunting.
There's some very good stunting in this
Yeah.
because you've got the pickup truck, and basically Corey Haim kind of tries to fight back at some point, and so they're going down these winding mountain roads, weaving in and out of cars that are already there, and
Corey Haim and Cynthia Rothrock are in the bed of the truck.
yeah, they're in the bed of the truck, and the dad and Lorraine are following in the 280Z, and eventually Corey Haim basically just gets kicked out the back by Cynthia Rothrock.
Well, she kind of picks him up and body slams him over the tail of the truck.
But the thing is, there's a chain link fence roll.
Before that, even though we get
the
some
back.
satisfying Corey Haim getting his ass kicked just in the bed of the truck.
yeah.
There is full
I mean-
contact fighting going. Well, not fighting. Cynthia Rothrock is kicking Corey Haim's ass in the bed of this
Well,
truck.
there is a point where he's over him, over her, and he's like got his fist cocked, and he's like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
like, why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
and
I'm
and
saying,
she just fucking jacks
at
him
this
from
point
that
of the movie, as crazy and as annoying as he's been, it's like when Cynthia Rothrock starts kicking his ass in the bed of the truck, you're like, yeah.
Plus, I mean, this truck is moving. Like, I know in certain shots it's not moving that fast, but you've still got the two stars of your movie standing up in the bed of this pickup truck fighting each other while it's moving.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure safety precautions were taken, but still, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And she's full out doing like roundhouse kicks and shit. It's not just close combat fighting. She's
Right.
jumping kicks and weird shit like that. So, anyway, she tosses him over the tail end of the truck. He grabs hold of this chain link fence roll, and it rolls out to where he is now being dragged, Indiana Jones style, behind this truck. And he is pretty much there for the rest of this chase.
Yeah.
I love that they bothered to put some red paint on his hands, so it's like, just to at least acknowledge that your hands would be fucked.
Yep.
They're stuntmen. They know what's up.
I know. I'm just saying, like, they would be bloody stumps in reality. However, at least they bothered with that much.
Also, later, there's a nice little touch. Later, after this gets resolved, spoiler alert, he lives. The tops of his thighs, the pants are all shredded away from the tops of his thighs.
Yeah.
Just a nice touch.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Good job.
the stuntman that is being dragged on this fence, they are not taking it easy. Like, they're whipping around corners.
Oh.
They go off-road at one point, so this dude is just, like, dragged through the dirt and the rocks and everything. And, I mean, in, like, Utah-style desert shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one shot from like down below, like in a crevasse, and they drive by, and you just see this body bounce. Like it's just...
Oh, my God. It takes...
Yeah.
That just made me physically uncomfortable to see.
Yep.
But now the cops are, like, joined in, and they have a helicopter, too, to which Cynthia Rothrock is basically, like, not paying attention to Corey Haim or the dad trying to go from the 280Z to jumping onto the back of the truck.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to shoot this helicopter out of the sky with a shotgun.
Right. And does.
It kinda works.
It does, yeah.
She
It at
shoots
least
at that
makes
thing
it
like
turn
10
around.
times.
Right, yeah. I mean, it starts smoking, and they have to, like, go land or whatever. But, I mean, still, it's just like, all right.
Yep.
But
But that
anyway.
allows the dad to jump into the bed of the truck.
Not directly. Like, he hangs on the side
Right.
of the truck for a while. Like,
Yeah.
he only half makes it, and then slowly climbs his way up. And then he just starts straight up fighting Cynthia Rothrock. And I guess, luckily, this time he can fight her. Like,
Not, I mean,
Sort of.
he gets kind of the drop on her, but basically the entirety of the fight is him getting his ass kicked again. He's just taking it. He throws her over the front of the truck.
Yeah. Like he has her on top of the truck, like pushing forward. And if he was smart, he would have just shoved her so she's stuck up there. Mm-hmm. But he literally pulls her back into the back, which, is probably the financiers going, pull her back in.
Right. Right.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that stunt.
But eventually she gets thrown out of the truck and is almost run over by the mom who is following behind in the Datsun.
And that's the last we see of her, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I kept waiting for her to pop up again. You
Yeah.
don't see her again.
Yeah.
Except maybe in the sequel.
But now we've just got Nebbish guy driving,
Yeah.
and the dad has basically climbed around.
Yeah, he's
tried
trying to get
take
into
the detonator away from him.
He's trying to get into well, when that dude was given the detonator, he's like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I didn't want
is-
this.
yeah.
And he like delicately kind of puts it on the dash, like, just stay right there. I don't want anything to do with you. And so the dad is trying to get in through the passenger side door, and this guy has just immediately given up. He's just like, I didn't want any. I have nothing to do with this. Please, no. mommy. I don't want it. No part of this whatsoever. But so they get to a point where they're tussling, and then Corey Haim is still being dragged.
Yeah, but he's made his way to the back of the truck, I guess.
He's climbed up a little bit, but they get to like this side of the road, like kind of dirt parking lot area, and Corey Haim has been thrown clear from that, so he's not attached to it anymore, except when the truck starts to back up, and then Corey Haim is pinned under
the
still
bumper,
under the
yeah.
truck, hanging on, still strapped with dynamite. The dynamite thing is still strapped to him, so he
Basically, the detonator gets knocked out of their hands,
Right.
and into basically on the ground.
and the dad gets thrown clear.
Yeah, and well, he jumps out because he sees that they were about to go underneath a conveniently parked semi-truck.
That's right,
Which
which-
shaves off the top of their truck.
Yes, but then the guy
To
pops
which
up.
that guy should have been cut in half.
Right.
But no, he just does the
He's
lean
fine.
up from the side, and he's
Yeah.
fine.
So
this is why bench seats are better than bucket seats.
yeah. So now, like, he's come to a stop, and like the detonator is halfway between where he is and where the dad is trying to crawl to get to the detonator. And so he's driving towards the dad, who is desperately trying to get to the detonator, which at this point Corey Haim has pulled off of himself and thrown into the bed of the truck.
Yeah, the dynamite's in the truck.
Yeah. So basically he's about to beat the dad there because he's in a truck, and this guy's just crawling over to this detonator when the mom comes and T-bones this car out of the way.
I really like this shot.
Yeah, because they fuck up that car.
Yeah, and the way they set it up is really well framed because it looks like, they're setting it up so he can grab the thing,
yes.
or run it over or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that car just comes out like instantly in frame.
Yeah.
Like the timing of it is so good. Mm-hmm. But what this does is it knocks this guy's truck away, to which it basically falls backwards down the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good, realistic.
We're wrecking a fucking car.
A car
thing.
tumbles down a cliff thing.
It rolls on the wheels proper more than you usually see in a movie.
Yeah,
like,
usually
normally
it
it's just
tumbles
end
out of
over
control.
end. This is like
rolls and bounces and then hits something and starts tumbling.
I mean,
but it flies apart.
It
looks
still
good.
flies completely apart.
Yeah, I appreciate that there's already wrecks down there.
Yeah,
Right. Like Dead Man's Curve or something.
Yeah.
sure. But yeah,
Or they just shot the other 3 movies down in this place where they knew they
Probably.
could throw a fucking car.
but yeah, it explodes
Eventually,
like
yes.
you think it would.
And thank you
Yes.
for that movie. You know what we're expecting. You don't, you don't blue ball us.
I kept figuring he was going to hit the button to do it,
right.
Yeah.
and I still thought he was going to hit the button. Like a secondary detonation would have been good.
Yeah,
too.
That's
But
what
it
I was
is-
really hoping. Like you,
Just like, is he dead? I don't know. Blam.
I just knew it was not that type of movie.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Because when Cynthia Rothrock, as soon as she was on the back bed of that truck, I'm like, oh, she's getting the thump from the other car when
Yeah.
she gets tossed
Yeah.
off. But
She did.
But
it's not that.
this
type of
movie's
movie.
even so pacifist that the dude's fine. He fell out of the truck and was hanging on a tree branch.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's basically how the movie ends. Is him hanging there going, oh no, there's one more
Yeah.
scene, but he's just hanging there cops. It was her idea.
Yeah.
Hey, save me. But we get one final scene of them driving away in the Z, and it's she's just
Which should not be drivable.
no, it shouldn't be. But she's just I'm in charge now, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to rob banks anymore. And they drive by a bank and.
Well, they fight over the radio for
Yes,
fucking ever.
They do that for a while, but they drive by a bank and everybody kind of looks out the window and she's just like, to be easy. And they're like, ha ha, free Frank.
We are criminals.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. Fast getaway.
No.
They go to Canada, right?
That's where they.
Yeah.
Well, that's where they say they're going. But they got distracted by a bank.
Right.
I bet there's money in that there bank.
Fast Getaway 2. It's loony this time.
Oh, I get it.
Good.
Yeah. So despite all of the wonderful music on the soundtrack, no Stargrove, nothing about heists,
Nope.
nothing about bank robberies, nothing of that.
There is something by I guess I would call the artist Duke because it's certainly not Prince. There's something that's sounds like it wants to be 91 era Prince and it's just it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean it's like someone heard Bat Dance and they're like I can do that, that was just all sound clips, but they were like I can do that.
Yeah.
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 But no, so nothing like that.
No.
However, ratings.
Yes. I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a bag. I was gonna give it 2 bags, but I really like the stunt spectacular at the end. But not enough for me to say you should watch Fast Getaway because, man, Corey Haim on drugs is insufferable. And I don't know if he was just pretending to act hyper, but goddamn kid, calm down.
Yeah, you want to pin him down and just shoot him full of Ritalin.
Yeah, just
'Cause
like
he
kids,
is just
stop.
out of control.
Yeah. So I mean we had some fun with it, especially when Corey Haim just started popping up into scenes and just shouting hey at people, but I never thought in a week's time I would say, man, his performance in Demolition High was pretty good.
It's way better.
It is. Yes, it's
It's more restrained. It's not any better. It's
It's-
just more restrained.
Yeah. But
They're both bad. It's just not as annoying in this.
yeah, it's just and it's so strange to see what he did to himself in 4 years between these 2 movies. Like in this, he's still heartthrob kid,
Yeah, he still looks like a kid.
and in Demolition High, man, it's just like Jesus Christ, dude,
Looks
what
like
have you
shit.
done? So anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with this movie. One bag. It's
One bag we're in.
it had potential, but it just stunts at the beginning, stunts at the end, and then in the middle is just a bunch of I don't give a shit. I really don't. So
Predictable family drama.
yeah, and it
If the family were bank robbers.
despite every scene with Cynthia Rothrock either being her in a bra or her kicking something's ass, I still think it's a criminal waste of Cynthia
Oh,
Rothrock.
completely wasted.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm going to echo the one bag. If it wasn't for the stunt spectaculars, peppered throughout this movie, it would be way lower. Because Corey Haim is annoying as fuck. It's occasionally funny to laugh at. Unfortunately, it does get the one honest. I mean, it's as stupid a line as every other stupid line in this movie, but it's the way the guy delivers it with the fist pump of like, yeah, we're doing it now.
Doing it.
It shouldn't be funny, but I don't know if this movie wore me down to a point because I know we're hoisting a lot of the blame on Corey Haim, and that's fair because he is cocaine fiended up throughout this whole thing, but everything that's not action stunt spectacular is really bad. Like all of the dialogue things, even when he's not on screen, which is rare, but I like the way people act to each other is like that weird childish adult theme mismatch, unfocused target audience thing. Like,
Yeah.
It feels like a movie made by 12-year-olds.
yeah, I mean, but with themes that you wouldn't want a 12-year-old to watch per se. It's that. Like I said, we've pointed at examples of this before. I just hate that where it's like you don't even have a target audience. You're not appealing to anyone with what you're doing. Like it's like a latter day Cannonball movie. It's shitty. Like Dukes of Hazzard, kind of vibe to it through the whole thing. But then when they turn on the stunt spectacular, it's like fuck yeah, do more of that. But yeah, overall, it's just like don't. Go find a YouTube clip of that final. You don't even need the others. I mean, the other stuff things are fine. But that last one's the only one really worth watching.
Yeah.
The other ones are just you've seen. It's well done, but you've seen that shit in other movies.
Yeah. The car chase at the beginning is good car stunting, but it's typical. It's like, okay, if you were to do this well, this is what it would look like. It's not.
Yeah.
Let's have a karate fight in the back of this pickup truck, and then as we drag Corey Haim on a chain link fence.
And those early stunt scenes, the only notable stuff is when somebody fishtails too far.
Yeah.
Because you see a few shots of that, where the cop cars, normally it's, we'll do the fishtail because we can't make the turn, or whatever. And there's a few where they're just they lose that car.
Yeah. There are a couple of cops who just nope, hit it too hard. I'm out. So.
I mean, I don't know if it happened on accident or it was on purpose. If it was on accident, they left it in because it actually looked kind of cool. Kind of like that.
Sure. More stunts, the better.
Yeah.
So.
I like stunts.
All the stunts.
Yeah.
If you replaced Corey Haim with literally anybody, almost, this could probably be a 1 or 2 Jocks movie. You could take somebody the complete opposite that's just dull, and it dull in the bad way, and it makes this movie better by leaps and bounds.
I feel like it could be equally bad if you had a whiny kid, though. Like if it was, young Anakin Skywalker style kid or some bullshit
for sure,
like that.
For sure. But if you just did the complete opposite of Corey Haim, then. Which, I don't know, is Keanu Reeves maybe? Or a Rock, perhaps? You could just have a husbando pillow or something of anyone and drag him around, and it would be a better movie. No dialogue from this Nelson character, and it would be better. As it stands, I think I'm just gonna give it a bag.
Okay.
Just maybe 2. It's hard. It's hard to. I'll give it 1 bag because I respect the hell out of the stunts, and anybody that's willing to do that, being dragged for 78 miles behind a truck on a chain link fence deserves to not be put, in the lower echelons of bagdom.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that, and again, criminal waste of Cynthia Rothrock. Why, I don't even know why you, aside from she probably knew everybody involved with the making of this movie. I don't know why you'd bother with using her in this movie. You could have gotten the girl from Demolition High and just let her run around barely able to hold up a giant handgun again.
I mean, it's out of place. Her karateing serves no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really forced.
Yeah.
every time it's used, it's really forced.
It's good, but it's forced.
Yeah, she's good at what she does, and she's awfully nice to look at in this, which is a bonus, but just I was excited to see Cynthia Rothrock, and I never got what I wanted out of her character at all.
Yeah.
Plus her character was just sort of annoying in general. But yeah, one back.
There are a lot of annoying characters in this movie. Yeah, she's misused. Corey Haim is like, his energy is weird because it makes me nervous for everyone around him at all times, and he can't not be in everyone's personal space at all times, and yet there's something compelling about him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I enjoy that last 20 minutes so much. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Wheels of Terror. The Wheels of Terror is way better as far as like, because Wheels of Terror is just like, here's like 45 straight minutes of insanity.
Yeah.
And this is like, here's like 10 to 15 minutes of craziness. So I can go one jocks, but just know that Corey Haim is going to annoy the shit out of you for the for the majority of this movie.
Yep.
So, but I still, there's enough stuff in there that I liked that I could go with single jocks, but you're not going to get any higher out of me. There's no way.
None of us are going to try to convince you to go higher.
I know.
Guaranteed.
So what did you settle on?
One jocks.
One
Okay.
jocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, it's no Demolition High. Let me tell you that.
No, absolutely not.
That's true. There's not the power of Alan Thicke
Yeah.
to save us from this movie.
Good point.
Yeah,
Well, let's make a fast getaway to a break, shall we?
Let's.
please.
I like fast breaks. I haven't had a fast break in forever.
It's true.
Oh man, you're right.
We used to eat those like all the damn time.
know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Do they still make them?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Reese's has done so many things in the years since.
We should
Yeah.
get
Right?
some fast breaks.
No.
There's like
no.
super nutty Reese's. There's like
Yeah.
Super nutty Reese's.
there's like one I think has Reese's Pieces in the candy bar now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I keep wanting to try the peanut butter cups with the Reese's Pieces in them.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I can't have them in my house though. But
I have
you know.
3 Reese's eggs at home.
And the big one.
And the big one. Yeah. In a moment of weakness, the day after Easter, I was like,
Clearance candy.
yeah, I was in the Walgreens and the clearance candy was there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I fucking love Reese's eggs. So I bought 3 of them, and they are the big ones. They're like that big.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I bought 4 of them. I ate one.
Oh, shit.
And one's in the freezer.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 are in the freezer. Brains are leaking out of my skull. But, man, I really want to eat them all the time. I just, every time I'm home and I'm in a snacky mood, I'm like, oh, man, I've got 3 of those in the freezer. I can
There you
have,
go.
but it's a test of my willpower, and I'm winning so far.
Good job.
I'm going to take them to Atlanta with me and eat them all out there. Speaking of Atlanta, while we have your attention, reminder that in, 2 weeks?
Less than a month. No,
3 weeks?
about a month. A little less than a month.
Yeah, that's right. It's the 9th today. So, yeah, a little less than a month. The Atlanta Renaissance Waverly Hotel in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, or whatever fucking weird-ass suburb it's in.
The home of Marvel movies.
What?
It's where all the Marvel movies are shot.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Made in Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah. But at least 3 of us, Harlow, myself, and Chuck, will be at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo. We will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you happen to be in the lovely city of Atlanta or traveling through, find us at the Atlanta Renaissance Waverly Hotel and Convention Center and say our names, and we will say hi to you. And then you
Say
can
our
buy us...
names,
And we
say
will
our
appear.
names.
Right. And you may buy
3
us drinks
times.
in the hotel bar
Yes.
or play pinball games with us.
Or we will shake your hand.
I will shake your
And
hand.
thank you for being a listener.
Yeah.
Chuck will give you a hug.
Nope.
Chuck will not give you a hug because Chuck is a liar about hugs.
The free hug program has ended.
Since when?
The free hug program never fucking existed.
You got your hug. You shut
no,
up.
no. You said free hugs. I got 1, and then you cut me off
You
because you're
got
a jerk.
one.
You know how many I've gotten?
0. Yeah.
Fucking goose egg over here.
I had
He's
to
got 3 goose eggs in his fridge.
I do. I had to harangue him into it. So
Fucking goose egg over here.
Sticks out for harangue.
So, I mean, we're this close.
We are. So
we
why
could
hug?
just be this much closer, Chuck.
Nah.
Don't Corey Haim him.
Sorry.
Don't invade his personal space.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, I want to get you all hyped for Fast Getaway 2. It's from the director of Roger Corman's The Fantastic Four. Are you hyped now?
I'm sorry, did you say hyped?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you?
Who say hyped?
Are you, are you hyped now? Yes. Yeah.
Has anybody got any movies for the second half?
I do not, but I can briefly discuss Agretsuko, the new
Okay.
anime thing
What?
on the Netflix.
What?
The new animated series on Netflix.
What?
This is not anime.
It is May, and it is an animated thing, so I guess it's relevant.
I haven't watched it except I rewatched Black Panther, but I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I rewatched Thor Ragnarok, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever, man.
I'm higher. Well, I mean, I guess it helps. I'm higher on Black Panther. I mean, I liked Black Panther the first time. I think I liked it even more the second time. Fine, whatever.
It's a good ass movie.
It's not worth talking about proper. I was just saying that like, it's one of those movies, sort of like Usual Suspects, where it's a good movie. Besides the twist, like actually knowing things about it help you better watch for them along the way. It's that kind of movie,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not a huge twist in Black Panther. I'm just saying, like, knowing where it's going helps you pay attention to foreshadowing and stuff better.
I will still argue to my... You're right there? You're falling apart?
Just lost my pads.
What
Okay.
happened?
I will argue to my grave against the spoiling a movie sort of thing. Where,
Yeah,
like,
no, I
spoiling
don't
a movie
mean
makes
that.
it...
I meant from a personal standpoint of, like, rewatching a movie to me sometimes can be more rewarding.
Yeah. I think that's the argument that they make, is that you're able to enjoy it because you know what's happening and you can look,
That's
you can
what the second
look
viewing's
forward.
for.
And yeah, that's exactly it. If you enjoyed a movie enough to want to experience those sorts of things and watch
I mean,
it again.
do we have questions or emails or anything?
Yeah, we got some emails.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was like, if I need to fill stuff in the second half, I can talk about shit, but I
Nah.
don't have to.
You gonna vamp?
I'll just be...
You gonna vamp?
Well, like I've started watching Twin Peaks again, and yeah, I'm giving Twin Peaks another try. I rewatched Black Panther, rewatched Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I fucking adore that movie so much.
Have you watched Twin Peaks before? I forget.
Mm-mm.
No. You tried to get into it?
I've tried like
bounced
2 or
off?
3 times, and this time it's clicking.
Okay.
It's just
I am rewatching Arrested Development because I make good life choices.
okay.
I was gonna just watch that 4th season that re-releases, just some bonus content for the folks, but I realized that I would have nothing, like no frame of reference, because it's been like 2 years since I've
Yeah, I need to
seen
start it
anything,
again.
and that show is fucking funny as shit still. Like,
I've watched
Holds up.
the first. I guess there's 3.
Yeah.
I always forget how many seasons were. I've watched the first 3 multiple times. On that last season, only once though.
all right, let's get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Clap. Let's get fucking pumped.
All right, welcome back.
Hey,
Hey.
BMFcast. Second half,
BMFcast.
half number 2.
What
I
are
have
we
a lot
gonna talk about now?
Well, it's anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. There's been a little bit of a hype going around about Agretsuko. It's Aggretsuko. It's a weird thing. It's a Netflix series that is an animated thing out of Japan. It's a Japanimation.
Anime.
Wait, so it's animation?
I guess you could say so.
Oh,
I guess you could.
Huh.
and you watched it.
I did. Like, a bunch of people I know have said good things about it, and a couple people have contacted me and said, "Hey, you should watch this."
Hey.
But
Was
it's
it
like,
Corey Haim?
yeah, yeah, it was the ghost of Corey Haim and Gary Busey at the same time, one in either ear. But 1 second.
Yeah.
No,
No,
look,
you're not clear to spoil Solo. It's not even fucking
movie
out,
hasn't
you
that-
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
it hasn't come.
Are you joking?
That is the dumbest question I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
No, please spoil it because you haven't seen it.
That too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway.
no. Tell us what title it was shipped to your theater under.
I'm full of shit.com.
Anyway, anime.
So some people have even contacted me directly and said, "Hey, you should really watch this. It's cool and charming. It's somehow related to Sanrio, like the makers of Hello Kitty and the Kuropi, and I know too many of these little dudes, but you know, Hello Kitty, those people.
I've heard of that.
Yes,
I understood that reference.
I've been to their store in the mall.
that wasn't a reference necessarily.
I don't-
I was directly talking
It's
about the thing.
Well, it's the one word you said in the last 5 minutes I understood.
Hello,
How about
Kitty.
That's the cartoon cat.
Yes, that is the cartoon cat that is 3 apples high.
Okay. I thought I knew what Hello Kitty was, but I wanted to be
Right.
sure.
I'm sorry. I was making an obscure reference to Hello Kitty by saying Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the cat that says hi.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's Hi Cat.
Yes,
Oh man,
it's sup feline.
Hi, cat.
So what is Agamotto or whatever the hell it is?
Agretsuko.
Agamemnon.
What is it? What is it about?
It's about this red panda that works in an accounting office. That it's a cartoon red panda that works in an accounting office, and she's sort of mild mannered, but like gets all her stress relief by going to karaoke and singing death metal. And the moments where it goes from like normal Retsuko to Agretsuko, because it's
Why are you so aggro?
right.
Like the red panda gets
Aggression.
angry?
Yes.
Okay.
And like her eyes start glowing and fangs and claws and everything, and just is shouting all of this like crazy death metal shit. It is really not something that I thought that I would like on paper, but enough people knew me well enough to recommend it, and they're right. It's really cute and charming, and it's a lot of fun. It's, I think, 10 episodes, and the episodes are like 15 minutes apiece. It's funny.
Oh, so you can bang it out in a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. I watched it over 2 days. I think it like Sunday and Monday. I took Monday off. I watched half of it Sunday and half of it Monday. It's really easy to watch, but it's a cute series, and if you like, you know, adorable anime type creatures, then it's fun. I'm looking forward to them doing another season, actually. So
Subs or dubs?
interesting.
Oh, this is
question.
where he loses all of the listeners.
Right. Actually, normally I'm a subs person because I like hearing the inflection and the emotion in the original language, and it matches up with the lip movements and everything. When I started the series, it defaulted to Japanese with English subtitles. When I went back to it the next day, it just defaulted to English, and I was like 10 minutes into an episode before I realized it.
You thought you just were speaking Japanese? Like your brain had suddenly
No.
clicked and it was just like, oh shit, I understand Japanese
No,
now.
it just didn't
Did you
even
really think so?
it just didn't even like occur to me that anything was different.
Okay.
But the voice acting in the dubbed version is really good. So, and they don't seem to really change anything. In fact, it probably makes it a little bit easier to watch because A, you're not having to read, which not a big deal, but
Yeah, it's for
you know,
nerds.
right. And B, it's a little less distracting, I guess, in general. But I would watch it either way. Doesn't really matter. Like,
Fair enough.
in the grand sense. But it's a lot of fun if you, like I said, if you like, you know, cute anime animals shouting and being weird, then
Oh, so
That's good.
anime.
yeah. But
if
it's
you
not
enjoy
like
anime,
Anime.
it's not
period.
it's not like super outlandish like some anime. Like it doesn't go from like normal to chibi type, back and forth like that. It stays sort of in its
totally normal.
in
You
its
know,
style.
death metal, red panda, totally normal.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah,
It's
totally
It's a
normal.
story as
like-
old as time.
Yeah.
Red pandas.
If I had $1 for
Accountants.
every time.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
Do you?
no.
Oh.
It's
I'm
cute
broke.
and fun, and you should watch it if you like cute and fun things.
Cool. Okay. Like me.
You like cute and fun things, Chuck?
No, I'm the cute and fun thing.
You
Come on.
are.
Thank you.
So,
You are.
speaking of fun animated things,
Yeah.
I just remembered Archer Danger Island started. It is already way, 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 way better than Dreamland was.
Yeah, you fell off on Dreamland.
I watched all of it, but I was like, like plot wise, it was like, all right, this is all right, but they kind of forgot the jokes that season, and they're back.
The jokes are back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing as far as like overall structure of the show, like if they even give a fuck anymore, or if they're just like, here are these character archetypes, and we're just gonna throw them into an alternate universe story each season.
That's what it feels like they're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Danger Island is basically them doing like a 30s serial thing.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of say that they were done with the sort of regular Archer thing, that they were just kind of bored of
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, because they did Vice and then they went back to it, I guess. Or wait, they did. I'm trying to remember now. Because I know Archer Vice was like season 5, and then I think season 6 was when they went back to it, and then 7 was like the whole private investigators thing, and then 8 was Dreamland, which was like him in a coma. And
Which one was the Magnum PI season?
That was
Vice.
Yeah.
well, the Magnum PI season was the private investigator one, was season 7, but it wasn't really Magnum PI.
Oh.
They just did that for the preview,
Oh.
but it was more like they were based in LA doing, they were basically a workplace again. It was just they were private investigators instead of
Spies.
doing that. But no, this one is basically like a 30s serial. He's like he's a pilot on a tropical island that's full of danger, and there's a lot of fun things they're doing, and they let Pam take center stage, which is what should happen more often anyway. So it's good.
Pam is awesome.
Yeah, if you fell off Archer last season, it's definitely back this season. So
Cool.
Cool.
yeah.
So,
You guys want some emails?
Yeah, you got some emails? Give
I
it to
want
us.
an email.
Give me.
I got them emails for you. I do.
I-
Sorry. First one up is from Jay from Vegas.
oh,
It says, a stranger is a serial killer you haven't met. Hey, BMF crew. Jake is here, and I have an all-too-common movie situation that was recently solved. Like everyone else who watches their horror movies, I sit there as the killer stalks his prey and think, man, this would be so much better if Air Supply was on the soundtrack. The Strangers, Pray at Night was playing at the Dollar Theater, and it was the most Chuck Fine movie I have ever seen.
all right.
The premise is that angsty teen girl with a Ramones tee that leaves one shoulder exposed and her bra strap that changes colors every scene despite this movie taking place over the course of one evening is being taken to a boarding school, and her parents stop off for the night at Not Crystal Lake, where they are hunted by masked serial killers who spend their downtime masturbating furiously while listening to the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. The actors are okay and believable, with angsty teen girl doing a good... The actors are okay and believable, with angsty teen girl going a good country mile past Ensign as soon as the shit hits the fan. I approve of that. That said, there was a serious issue in one scene with her. She's on the couch, and her dad sits next to her to try and talk her into joining the family for a card game. As Dad's giving his speech, the actress is clearly confused as to how to play the scene, and repeatedly looks directly into the camera as she tries out different facial expressions. The whole time I'm thinking, this was the take you used? If you wait for this movie to reach your favorite streaming service, I can recommend it as background noise for a party. You could also get your friends together and mock this movie as you take shots every time a pop song plays. I'm really stretching to justify my viewing of this film, so I'll bid you farewell. Crash and burn, Jay, sent from my Sony Walkman playing Bonnie Tyler as a Max Psycho slits my throat.
And this was The Strangers?
Yes.
Yes.
Dead by Dawn.
The Strangers, Pray at Night.
Yeah, that's it.
P-R-E-Y.
Pray.
Oh.
Pray.
Was there another Strangers movie?
Yes.
Oh,
There've been a few.
The Liv Tyler one.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
No.
Strangers.
Okay, I
Yeah,
must have missed that.
Yes.
I'm a little out of the horror
Yeah.
game.
There was a movie called The Strangers. It's repugnant.
Oh, right.
Chuck doesn't like it.
I don't care for it.
We also don't like The Descent.
And now I will spoil it.
I was going to say the Descent is great, and so you're not always right.
Yeah.
No, I'm right.
Okay.
Also cute and fun.
Chuck used his
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
his one spoil a movie card.
I'm just saying.
The next one, you're done.
No, I agree. That was a dick move. I shouldn't have done that.
You just a boy.
Yeah. That's a shitty way to approach criticizing a film.
It is.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's shit.
We've learned something today.
Yeah.
That the Descent is actually great.
No. Still bad.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, next one up is from Michael, who I think this is the first time Michael's written in. He says, a big thanks and a couple of movie recommendations. Hey there.
Hey.
I'll start with a quick word of thanks. Firstly, as your podcast is awesome and always a darn good time. But secondly, and acutely, because it helped keep me sane during the last couple of weeks. You know what helps greatly when your marriage suddenly turns sour? Binge listening to the whole Blaxploitation History Month legacy that you built up over the years. Emoji heart.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Even that's getting
Yeah.
daunting now.
Hey, Michael, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, we haven't all been there, but you know. Anyway, since I'm writing to you, I will also pitch a couple of movies. First off, I was shocked to find out that you didn't feature Raw Force yet, presuming that I didn't fail using the search function. Also, I forgot if somebody else has already pitched this. My brain is on autopilot somewhat at the moment. Therefore, let me give you the quick pitch. Quote unquote, not literally, Hitler is running a human trafficking operation in the Philippines, selling hot naked babes to cannibalistic monks who raise samurai and other great warriors from their graves as zombie fighters. Then, not literally, Bruce Lee and Cameron Mitchell, along the Burbank Karate Club and some half-naked women, strand on that island and find themselves fighting against this unholy trinity: zombie samurais, cannibalistic Filipino monks, and Hitler. Along the way, witness bar fights, stunts, nudity, more fist fights, martial arts, sword fights, Cameron Mitchell missing pretty much every shot he takes, a weird-ass boat party, and much, much more. The movie does lose a little bit of steam towards the end, but it's under 90 minutes and features more than enough insane plot and B-movie hilarity to be quite entertaining. We'll get back to this. I will leave other BMFcast recommendations to a later date, but rather also pitch a movie that is too long and too well made for the podcast. Survive Style 5 Plus is a Japanese movie that, by energy and vibe, somewhat reminds me of Detention, though I don't want to give you the wrong idea by leaving things to this comparison alone. The movie is indeed funny, has insane ideas, and is relentlessly eccentric, but it doesn't feature the non-stop nature of Detention. Instead, it manages to also be thoughtful and at times deflate the otherwise relentless pace. But this isn't a bad thing. The movie features figuratively as metaphors on bigger questions in life, society, and relationships. Overall, it's well worth watching unless you're looking for a traditional movie. Personally, it's one of my favorite movies due to this multi-layered way of entertainment. It's engaging and interesting just from a movie-making perspective, has a bunch of entertaining surface-level plots, and finally invites to interpret the different plots in terms of life philosophy. And it hurts me to see that pretty much nobody knows about it. Wow, I just wanted to give thanks and pitch a couple of movies, and now look at this mess. Sorry for that. Keep up the great work, and greetings from Germany. Michael, sent from my high-end bread-slicing machine, is this joke even up to date anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Yes, it's the most relevant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Raw Force.
Raw Force. It's
I
come
bel-
up before.
I believe there is a keyword in Raw Force that keeps us from watching Raw Force, because I have looked at the poster for Raw Force every time it shows up in my Twitter feed or wherever, and I write Chuck and go, dude, Raw Force.
Yeah. I watched Raw Force 4 or 5 years ago when it was like getting kind of this groundswell of, hey, you guys should watch Raw Force. There's some good stuff in that, but I feel like we would have to work at it. Like we would have to be providing the jokes for a lot of it. Some of it is just like, wow, this is bad.
See, I thought it had the R keyword that we tend to avoid.
I don't.
Not according to IMDb.
No,
Okay.
no.
I thought that was the reason we hadn't done
I
it
think
yet.
that's the reason I watched it, was because I thought that was the case, and so I was trying to see, like, okay, is this something we can get past?
Yeah.
But it's bad in a way that's kind of like unfortunate. You know, like, oh, I feel bad for you.
Oh.
But there are, I mean, you know, it's one hell of a description movie. Like, you hear the description and you go, oh my God, yes, but we should still probably watch it, but it's still, you kind of have to work at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Maybe one night when we're good and drunk.
Hey.
That never happens. So.
Well, we should.
Oh, okay.
We should drink more.
All right.
Listen.
So you should have a drink, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Chuck's a cheap date.
Give me my Tree Island.
Listen.
All Chuck has to do is smell an alcohol, and he's immediately plastic.
Hey, that's economical, man.
You know what, man?
He just needs a snifter.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes. Just give me that bouquet.
But no, I'm still game for Raw Force.
Yeah, it's on the list.
I know it's not going to live up to the poster.
Why
but
do I feel like it's in this house somewhere?
The force is coming from inside.
Was that one of the ones that Vinegar Syndrome gave away originally when you signed up?
It's on their service.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I know I got some like a Blu-ray, or a couple Blu-rays and a DVD or two.
You might have gotten one of them for the bonus.
Okay.
It's definitely one of theirs.
I have to go dig through
because
some shit.
it was
Or it's probably over there
yeah
somewhere.
when it was streaming I watched it. So yeah,
All right. Well, and I will also say, Michael, you have officially sold me on Survive Style 5+.
yeah, I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it, but that sounds cool. And whenever you can compare something to Detention favorably,
Yeah.
you've got my attention. That does not mean start comparing bullshit to Detention.
for his attention.
Yeah, for my attention. But no, I appreciate stuff that doesn't have regular linear structure and, you know, is willing to experiment a bit. So I will check that out in the free time I no longer have because I switched jobs. And I don't get to watch things anymore.
Good.
Especially not at work like I used to.
No.
Yeah, that's life. Yeah.
That's life, everyone.
Patrick Warburton here for switching jobs.
Switch jobs, make more money.
Don't recommend it.
Make more
Hey.
money. God.
Yeah.
Less free
That's always
time.
the catch-22. Yeah. You have the money. You have no time to enjoy spending any of it.
Yeah.
Well,
You
sounds
know?
like a personal problem. Eh?
So that's why you make a bunch of money and then you quit your job so you can enjoy yourself for a while until you
should-
run out of money and then
we
you
should
find
rob
another
banks.
job.
Spend less time on fences and more
What?
time on
Yeah, let's
relaxation.
travel around the country
Yeah.
robbing banks and making podcasts.
Can I just say
I could be into that.
I didn't say this during the first half, but this movie made me appreciate Hell or High Water
Yes.
a lot more because it's almost the same thing. Just
Oh, so close.
well, I mean,
There's the one bank, the bank in Webster that they drive by and look at.
Yeah.
I was like, is that the bank from Hell or High Water? Which
Yeah.
I know it's not.
No.
But it sure seemed almost the same as one of them, the one where things go bad.
yeah, that movie made me want to watch Hell or High Water again. It's
Yeah.
just like, man, that's such a good movie. And
Yeah,
Fast
robbing
Getaway is not.
little town shit banks.
Yeah.
And you know what? Corey Haim's not in that.
No, he's not.
No.
Instead, he got Captain Kirk.
Yeah. And Ben Foster.
Ben Foster.
Annoying in a completely different way.
Yeah, in a good
But in a
way.
much more positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, just want to throw that in there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think we actually had a voicemail from way back when.
Oh shit.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Hold on.
April 23rd at 3:56
Whoa!
in the PM.
That's too many tabs.
Right now, we are looking for a voicemail. Stand by, please.
Still tappy tap.
Locating voicemail.
Tappy tap. Tip tap.
Oh please. Logging in to voicemail. April 23rd.
Hey guys, what's your favorite planet?
At what time did you say? 3:57? Because there's two from that day.
At 3:54. Yes, this person left 3 voicemails in a row.
Oh.
The 3:54 is the one I guess that's relevant to this.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
There's another one where he asks you guys to talk about wrestling again. It was actually a response to No Pretense of Cool, a show that has been defunct for 4 years.
Did we ever throw all those episodes on the
No,
Patreon?
I've been throwing them up every once in a while when there's a vomiting them out when there's a gap. You know, like a week where we're just like, oh, we forgot to do a show.
Mind the gap.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Hey, BMF guys. This is sunny California, calling you on a sunny California day. I want to call you some good news. I think I'm just started seeing a lady, and I think she finds you a lot funny, just like I do. I can't exactly tell you how excited this makes me. I'm gonna get back to a more movie-related question, though. On the last episode, Matthew was talking about the films his dad saw on the plane flight to Japan. Now, I've done that one before. So I was wondering if he also got a follow-up for after the reflection of a potential 13-hour flight. But also, if you just tell more stories about what your dad did and how he liked Japan, I'd very much appreciate that. BMFcast, stay awesome.
Whoa.
Hello.
Go
Go ahead.
Go ahead with
Turn
your
down
order.
radio.
It sounded like could you go ahead with your order?
Yeah.
It
He had to
probably
wrap
was.
it up.
I gotta go.
Hey, I hope your lady's still around, and I hope she still likes us.
Yeah. Hope we haven't offended
And
her.
if she really does like us, then she's a keeper. I think she's a keeper.
Marry that woman.
We'll officiate your wedding if it's in Florida.
Yeah, there's at
He
least
will officiate.
There's at least
Oh.
two of us that are ordained here.
Oh, you are?
Oh,
as well?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look,
In,
it takes
in California, specifically, I believe.
yes, Modesto. Yeah. If you fly
That's
me
where
out
my dog
there,
comes from.
if you fly me out there, I'll do it for free room and board, flight. All
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I will not do any of those things.
No, you will not.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have the patience to get ordained to do weddings or become a notary or any of that shit. I don't
Literally
care.
takes 10 minutes on the internet,
If that.
just in case.
I don't have the time. I'm a very busy man.
10
TJ.
minutes plus
Uh-huh.
internet are two things Mackie
If
no
I'm on
longer has.
if I'm on a 13-hour flight to Japan, I will do it then.
Okay, somebody get this man to Japan.
It's going to cost you like way more because you'll be using go wireless internet, go gadget.
If you're on a
ordained.
13-hour flight to Japan, you pay for the
Oh,
wireless.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you pay for the internet.
Yeah, otherwise you got to watch the plain version of the fish fucking movie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I bet that'd be that'd actually be pretty interesting to watch though. I kind of want to see the
Yeah.
plain version of Fish Fucker grinding Nemo.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, what'd your dad do in Japan?
saw Japanese shit.
Well, that's been
Well,
your
no,
Mackie's
they
Dad in
were-
Japan minute.
Apparently, my parents got like the deal of the century on an Asian cruise because apparently like people they launched, I don't know if it was Royal Caribbean or somebody like launched Asian cruises and nobody was buying them.
Uh-huh.
So they're like, "Hey, people!" And so yeah, they went on they were on a 3-week cruise.
Holy shit.
Man,
They're retired. Retired people get to do cool shit.
Yeah.
I would not be on a cruise
And-
ship
and-
in Japan
And
for
apparently,
3 weeks.
like,
no.
well,
Well, I'm never going to retire.
they made
so.
Singapore sound like the most awesome place on Earth and also the most expensive place on Earth. And they said that, like, part of their package was getting 3 nights in this place in Singapore, and they found out that those 3 nights cost more than they spent on the entirety of the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Singapore apparently has this skyscraper. It's 3 skyscrapers. And there's a surfboard-looking thing across the top.
Oh, yeah, that fucking thing is cool.
Which is like a open-air market.
You can actually
with
surf on it.
clubs and all sorts of stuff up top. But yeah, it's a fucking platform that goes across 3 skyscrapers. It is insane. Singapore is really cool.
All right.
if you're in the
Oh,
right
yeah.
spots, from what I am told.
Yeah. Well, you got to stay in the rich spots.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
The spots that
But I'm
the
seeing
cruise line
poor,
takes.
so I wouldn't go
Right.
there.
Yeah.
I'm singing poor.
Yeah.
Like, sing for my supper poor.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been to Japan before. My sister
Yeah.
lived there for a year. So my family has visited them.
I
Japan
would-
is a cool place.
I would go on an Asian cruise for 3 weeks.
I
Yeah.
hear they have animation there.
If I can
I don't
ever
understand it,
yeah,
but
if
they
I can
have it.
ever manage to retire with enough money to do anything other than pay my rent,
Hey,
I'm in.
all you got to do is get one of those jobs like I just got, where you work all the fucking time, and then you hope you make it to retirement and that you're still alive.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm just going to quit my job and be a hobo. I will podcast from the rails.
hey, team socialism.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, they had a good time, and he
Download my Bindle on
And-
your Kindle.
still thinks Dunkirk sucks.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fish movie was all right.
Good. Because there was no fucking in it.
Yeah, he got the
Like, oh, that nice lady liked the fish, and then the movie ended. That's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, it was a pleasant experience for her, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
it's a weird week.
It sure is. Yeah.
I thought we had more emails, but it's been so long that
They're
I
not
think
relevant.
I think I lost some, to be totally honest. So if I missed your email, I apologize. Or missed your voicemail, I apologize.
We're very
but
disorganized right now. We're sorry. We'll do better.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Hey, BJ,
Yes.
where can sunny California's ladies send us money?
Oh, if she wants to send it.
Well, that didn't go anywhere I
you're
thought it
No,
was.
no, that just.
Chuck's just going, wow.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
I heard you think we're funny.
You just drove that one off the fucking bridge. You were just like,
Give
we're
us-
doing this.
Hey, girl. I heard you think we're funny. Hey, girl. Why don't you send us money? Patreon.com/BMFcast is where you can make all of those sending us money dreams come true. From $1 to as many dollars as you can possibly give us a month. Really makes a difference. We are able to afford some new equipment from time to time, and able to afford a little time to do more things for you guys in the realm of Patreon exclusive stuff and some stuff that comes to you just out of the goodness of our heart to everybody else as well. But it's well worth it. We put out a lot of motherfucking content.
Yeah, we do.
It is exhausting, but it is worth it for us to give to you because you like it, and then you give us money, and we like that. So,
Yeah,
Patreon.
it allows us neat things like we can hear better now. We have
We
a
have a
headphone
new
amp now.
headphone amp.
We're gonna next up is we're gonna get rid of our floppy mic stands.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're flopping around.
yeah,
We're gonna get some new stands so we don't make this noise.
yeah.
That's
Now
not
it's
gonna
fine.
make it. Now it's fine.
No, it's fine. The
doing it
entire
all
first
fucking
half.
night, yeah.
Squeaky man over there.
We're gonna try to get the silent ones.
Yeah,
Cotton
good,
balls.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chuck thanks you for the silent mic stands.
Right.
I do.
But if you just feel like getting in contact with us regular-wise and not in the manner of sending us money, BMFcast.com. There's a bunch of buttons on the right-hand side that take you to all of our socials. If you want to email us direct, bmf@bmfcast.com, or give us a call on the Garfield phone, 9105-JOCKS-BMF, or 910-556-9263. That is the phone number. Carl Garfield, he's lonely and wants to hear from you. Operators are standing by. Just $9.99 a minute.
No, none of that's true.
Well, everything but the $9.99 a minute. Operators are standing by.
Not for us.
Robot operators are standing by to take their calls.
Roperators.
Robot operators.
Google robot operators are standing by to take their call.
Yeah.
You Google robot operators.
I have.
Oh yeah, I have.
No, you got to Bing them.
Oh shit, I've been doing it wrong. Anyway, well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Please.
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. Bye.
Well,
Let me just vomit out.
Bye.
Bye.
The other thing that's happened since I've started this job is I don't have a Gmail tab open all the time, so my inbox just
Floods.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got over 200 in like 2 days. I was like, what the
Jesus.
fuck?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be at Chuck level soon.
Yeah,
Do you-
and I
so-
unsubscribe from everything, and yet it's still like
Do you have your
Patreon updates. Like fucking hell, man.
Do you have your Gmail so where it separates things into like promotions and updates and everything?
Yeah, but
Okay.
on the phone, it just gives me the total number. It doesn't separate.
Oh,
any
you're
of
not
those.
using the Gmail app on your phone.
No, they
I
keep,
got you.
and believe me, they're not happy about that.
I would honestly, I would recommend it because it only gives you notifications when it's like a regular email that comes to your regular email box.
Yeah.
So like, oops, that's wrong.
So hey, look, True Achievements has let me know that Burnout Revenge is now available. How
So
about
like,
that?
you know, legitimate emails, the stuff that comes into updates and promotions and shit does not give
Yeah.
you a notification. It's convenient.
And hey, look, Grand Theft Auto 5 is on sale for $29.99.
Yeah, I finally broke down and bought that last night.
Oh, really?
because- Yeah. I have a disposable income now, so I've been waiting for it to drop to $29 because that's the lowest it's ever going to go is $29.99.
Yeah, I
so I've
know.
been waiting for it to go on sale, and it finally.
So did you go PC?
I bought it on PC because I have it on PS4.
Mods.
Yeah, for one mods. For two, I'm gonna try out the GTA roleplay thing that I was talking about. Yeah, it seems like fun, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll have something interesting to report in on No Quarters if I actually manage.
Yeah. When are we due for that?
Soon-ish.
Let's see when the last one was. NoQuarters.net. It's Poppycock. April 11th. Shit.
So we're due. Well, what did we say? Every 6 weeks?
We can do them whenever you want. I just need to know before a Friday so I don't announce the next BMFcast and then we decide we want to do it. So.
Makes sense.
Do we want to get through Mayhem before we do another one, or do we have stuff we need to talk about?
I mean,
I don't particularly have anything except the end of Far Cry 5.
yeah,
God of
same
War,
here
but-
and God of War. But
Yeah, God of War.
But like the rest of my stuff has all just been like, I'll play this for a night, I'll play that for a night, and we're like, so I mean,
so we can do it that week after the week Memorial Day.
okay.
I mean, that gives people time to play some stuff,
Yeah, that'll work. I'll have gotten through some.
and we can make sure
some
that
God of War.
we fill out Mayhem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
Maybe I'll actually play more than that one first day of God of War. I seriously I played it a lot that first day and I haven't touched it.
I played it that week, and I haven't played it since.
I just finished Far Cry Monday, so I'll probably start God of War this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I just want to throw an axe, man.
Yeah, it feels like one you're just going to have to keep going with. Like you can't stop. But it's also daunting.
Never stop.
Well, I mean, like, like I guess I just kind of thought that I would be like for an 8 to 10 hour experience, and it's like, no, man, this shit's like 30 to 40
Oh no,
hours.
yeah, it's much bigger than the previous ones.
And then, in Call of Duty, the kings of the 8 to 10 hour experience are
Right.
like, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Just
Well-
play multiplayer.
I think, it seems like a lot of this is way better served on No Quarters, but
Yeah.
since it's in my head and we have a second, it seems like a lot of game companies have been leaning in on the multiplayer so hard lately, and they're like, oh, well, nobody plays single player games anymore, nobody cares, but look at Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War and the numbers they're doing and have done. People give a shit about single player games, and like Hellblade sold really well, especially
Yeah.
for like a single A game, I guess.
Yeah.
Like single player narrative games are still totally viable. They're just not EA Activision.
The problem is
viable.
everyone's acted like they have to be fucking huge, open world, gigantic, monstrous things. Because we have these people who are like, I'm getting my $60 worth, or this game can fuck off. And so we've...
People can fuck off.
I know. Yeah, I'm totally with you there, but
I mean,
apparently...
we don't want Force Unleashed 2, but we don't all need, Final Fantasy 15 either.
Yeah.
Well,
some-
Final.
I mean, give me a damn 10 to 15 hour
Also,
game.
I mean, any Final Fantasy. Just, we don't want an hour and a half experience like Force Unleashed 2. We don't need, 150 hours either.
Yeah. And I think so many of them just seem to be like, I don't know, no, this has to be the only game someone plays for the next 6 months. And they don't have to be that.
Stop spending so much
Yeah.
goddamn money on your games.
Yeah.
Make a good
good ass game.
make a good ass game and sell it for a reasonable price, and people will buy it.
There's a new Tomb Raider coming out. Those are usually 10-hour adventure games. The first two were. Now, if this one is suddenly a 35-hour collectathon, I'll be pissed. But, Battlefield has said they will have a single-player campaign. So
That's good. I guess they're
that was
going.
to directly counter Call of Duty not having one. They're like,
But are they going back to World War II again now?
That's okay. The first rumor
They haven't
was,
said
yes,
anything.
Well, the first
directly,
rumor was
right?
they're going back to World War II. The second rumor was it's Bad Company 3.
Okay.
But they haven't said anything directly about
They
it.
said
So
there will be single player and multiplayer. Which, okay, way to take a stand, you guys. Way to float some hot information out there.
You will be
Well-
able to play this game.
And that's coming out in October.
Yeah.
That's coming out like tomorrow, practically in video game time. So
Just give me Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's going to be
Spider-Man.
Battlefield Spider-Man, confirmed.
I'd play it.
I know you would. That's why
Also,
I'm releasing
if
Battlefield
Borderlands 3
Spider-Man
is
tomorrow.
this year. Fuck yes.
Be surprised what in that Walmart thing that came out today is actually
Look,
going
I
to
just
come
want.
out this year.
It doesn't have to be this year. I just want it within a year. I don't. That's the thing. Is like now that it's like possibly becoming a reality. I just don't want to wait 4 years for it. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm sure Randy Pitchford will steal some money from another game to make Borderlands 3 happen.
yeah.
Good. I don't care. Fuck
I
these
was
games.
there was some discussion about Colonial Marines. It reminded me of
Good.
that.
Fuck it. I don't care. Nobody's ever gonna make a good Alien game anyway.
I am
Isolation's pretty good.
I am playing through the pre-sequel with a friend of mine from the UK, and that game's real good.
Mhm.
I really like that game.
Yep.
Everything in that game, like,
Claptastic Voyage is my favorite thing in a Borderlands ever.
is that
That's
in
one of the DLCs.
one of
for-
the DLCs? Okay.
for TPS.
I bought the Handsome Collection. I think that
Yeah.
It's got
includes the
It
DLCs,
does,
but I
it's everything.
haven't really touched them. But that game, it's amazing how little changed from Borderlands to Borderlands, but just how polished everything became. Like, everything's really smooth. It works really well. It's everything you want out of a game like that, I think. And I somehow have a Brazilian golden keys.
Use them, man.
I had at one point 175.
Pick your character that's maxed,
And start
open them
over.
all,
Yeah.
and then trade them to the lower characters because it's tied to your level. So your highest level character, use that one to use the keys,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then trade them down.
Well, you can't use the stuff that's leveled above, like the stuff that you get out of the golden chests. You can't use if you're a level 1 character. If you use your maxed out character, I'm just every few levels when we go back to Concordia, I'm just like, I'm gonna spend 5 and get some fucking ridiculous ass gear, and then I don't have to worry about looting. Yeah, ass gear for my butt.
All right.
All right.
Anyway,
Stop
this
the
has been
stream.
no quarters out.
Wow. Then we don't have to do it.
I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.